Hello and welcome to episode 46 of the Chronicles of Nidum, run by us at Dice of the Beholder and streamed by the ever-accommodating Heavyweight Gaming. Hi, episode 46. Happy Halloween, or belated Happy Halloween to those still celebrating and trying to stave off the horrible rush on of Christmas. Not looking forward to that. Hi, everyone. Yes. So before we get into episode 46, a couple of words for our sponsors. First of all, we are, of course, sponsored by the wonderful creators over at Loki Battlemats, who are an award-winning UK-based TTRPG accessory creator. There are many books of battle mats, little, big, and giant sizes, are full of amazing artwork that add an awesome backdrop to any tabletop game. So if you're interested in finding out more, please search Loki Battlemats on Facebook, L-O-K-E, or visit lokibattlemats.com to do their amazing artwork and shop their physical and digital maps. Or you can just go to DriveThruRPG actually and type in Loki Battlemats because they're all on there as well. Our second sponsors for the evening, which may garner a little bit of excitement, are Blink Dog Dice, who are a small dice maker based in Cardiff, so a lot closer to home. And you can find amazing examples of their work available on their Etsy store. So search for Blink Dog Dice, all one word. You can find them on most social media platforms, and the same goes for Etsy as well. Go show them some love. It is because of Blink Dog Dice this evening that we have our first on-stream giveaway. Woohoo! Woohoo! In keeping with the Halloween theme, Blink Dog Dice sent us a lovely care package as a kind of introduction to being our sponsor, which is amazing of them. Inside of which was a wonderful spooky dice set. So I don't know how well this is going to work because it's very reflective as they are. But as you can see inside some of the dice, or inside all of the dice, in fact.
And on our Instagram, I believe.
Yes, and on our Instagram, actually.
You can see them much better.
Yes, you can. But you can see there that inside are the kind of Scream mask, the hooded Scream face from those terribly wonderful films that came out a few years ago. But yes, so they're amazing dice, beautiful quality, but also a lovely box to store them in. And this dice tray, which folds flat for nice ease of storage. So, if you stick around in chat and stick around for this episode, you will find out just before break how you can be in with a chance of winning. And the winner will actually be announced just after the chat. So please stick around.
After the break.
After the chat, sorry. Just after the break. It's my first giveaway. I almost said it again. Yeah. But yes, so please stick around for the entire thing. And you'll find out just before break how you can win that package. But yes, AD, if you're ready, I want to send someone my package. Please.
Someone will be lucky enough to get their hands on Bry's package.
Me! It'll be me!
So please, everyone's on screen. Cool. Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
And we have an M returning. Yay! They're back with us because we missed them so much.
And look how cute they are.
Hopefully I don't kill you all now that you're all together again for the first time in ages.
So we're level 9 now. We're basically gods. Invincible.
I've got a t-shirt with that on.
Please don't jinx us.
I've already died once, Greg, and I'm pretty sure it was your fault.
Like, I just finally got to level 5 of Bard and got sending. Let's not.
How is it my fault?
Let's let them actually RP.
Dandelion.
I don't.
Because you kept angering Richard.
I don't agree with that assessment at all.
Okay, so M has been caught up behind the scenes on everything that they've missed. So without further ado, last time on the Chronicles of Nidum, after not soundly, but after defeating the Beholder and managing to revivify your good friend Dice, you were left in a little bit of a quandary. The Beholder's chamber was slowly opening, about to leave a large horde of zombies in, and you were standing in the middle of effectively a sea of treasure. Some quick thinking from Dice and very quick finding of an immovable rod meant that the door was slowed to a stop and giving you enough time then to gather all the treasure into a bag of holding and make your exit. Not before, though, Sepsis found a rather curious, dark book. You made your way into the tunnels, discovering an escape tunnel for the beholder if all else failed. Did not serve him well, but managed to serve you, all the while being chased by a spectator, who in your injured state could have easily killed you in battle. However, when the spectator caught up with you, you were helped by some strange dwarven vampire spawn, who, after destroying the spectator, did not then attack. Instead, they led you to their master, mistress, creator, a young-looking vampire girl named Schneer. Black hair, white skin, red lips, piercing eyes, took an immediate liking to Oriana. After a short discussion about all of your histories, you rested, finally healing after your ordeal, to wake in the morning finding none of your stuff was missing, but your new friend was. You made your way out into the garden to discover a much darker scene than you saw last time you were there. The large sun-like orb in the center of the garden had shrunk. It's gone stark white. It was almost like night time in the garden. And off in the distance, a large army, evident because of their campfires and torches, apparently in between you and the only exit you knew of in the direction of Felder. Just before you were to make a plan, Sepsis, using his imp, discovered a elf in camp in the woods with two guards, constructs, just like fives. And that is where you were left off.
Wake them up.
The elf is asleep. The two constructs, as far as Sepsis can see through creatures' eyes, are standing watch, standing guard. The elf is resting.
We did have a plan for this. I'll bring Em and Charlie up to speed on quickly.
Yeah.
So our thinking was fives outranks the two automatons. Was that. So we were thinking of sending fives in to draw away the two automatons. I can take the time to convert the automatons to our side, free them from the elven control, because I can do that now. And then we can work out what to do with the elf, whether we just kill him or whether we try and get information out of him, but probably not with torture because that's loud. I think that was the upshot of everything, wasn't it, Greg?
Yeah.
Cool.
His character. I mean, you could cast silence and it wouldn't be loud torture, but
I don't
Yeah,
have
you can't question someone if you're in silence.
I did say out of character.
You did.
So
I was thinking then, Ace's experience in the Beholder lair has changed them a lot.
it's really darkened up.
Them.
I mean, your best bet would be something like a Circle of Truth, but I don't have that as a spell.
Mm.
A spell like that wouldn't stop them from screaming.
Hmm.
Yeah, they just can't lie, but they can still, just make noise.
And
True.
I can detect their thoughts, but then we're talking about a lot of spells, and also how do I ask them questions?
Well, they'd be asleep, so it would be tricky. We can try and get
No, I
information out
mean if we were torturing them, I would hope that we would be good enough at torture that it would wake them up.
I mean, you'd hope so. If you're bad enough at torture that the person can sleep through it, you're really doing it wrong.
That goes for a number of things I've heard.
You've heard.
Yes, I've heard. Dice, what are your eyebrows doing? Are you okay?
I'm jiggling them at you.
I look at Ace and say, Ace, I think Dice might need some of that magic healing hands that you do. That there's something very badly wrong with their face.
I don't think it's that there's anything wrong with their face right now.
Did I miss something?
No?
Potentially.
Okay.
Miss what?
Why you're waggling your eyebrows at Sepsis?
Because sepsis implied something about sex, and that's funny.
Oh, yeah, they started doing that.
Sepsis, are you still looking through the eyes of the imp?
I left the imp above the camp with instructions to inform me if anything happened.
Okay. Boss.
Yes.
One of the things is walking into the woods.
The big metal things.
Yes,
Okie dokie.
he's doing a big circle.
Oh, like a patrol.
Yeah.
Okay. I will relay this to the group.
Is it going to come anywhere near us?
I will briefly look through Worm's eyes and try and answer that question.
Well, from the distance you are, as you're looking through Worm's eyes, you can tell that the automaton is staying within the tree line. There is no light source coming from you. The only light source you can see in the immediate vicinity is this campfire just through the trees. And they are, as I said, about a quarter mile away. So as far as you're aware, they're not going to come anywhere near you. They're still going to be about a quarter mile away.
No, I think he's just doing a circuit to, patrol.
Yeah, I was just wondering if it was going to come close enough for us to, like, grab one. Yank it, yeah. So,
Probably we could try and do that while it's patrolling, but we would be close enough that it would probably be audible.
How about
also, how long before the other one notices it's missing and raises an alert?
This might be a use for a silent spell.
Shall we send fives over?
Yeah, we can do that. It's a quarter of a mile away, so we should probably move closer as well before we start that, but still
Yeah.
not in the path of the...
How long is it going to take you to free them?
Rich, how long is it going to take me to free two automatons?
The process, depending on how deft you are with your Tinker's tools, maybe half an hour, depending on how well it goes.
For each or for both?
Each.
So we need to
about
keep
an hour.
that elf quiet for that time.
Or kill him?
Yeah, quiet. Nothing's more silent than the dead. Normally.
Good line. Apart from the zombies.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
skeletons.
Spooky
Yeah,
scary
that's true.
skeleton.
They rattle.
But Ori did say the dead, not the undead.
It's a
Let's
grey
not turn
area.
this into a debate.
Fives turns and places his hand on your shoulder, Dice. Dirty. And then looks down at himself and gestures with his free hand at his now completely covered in like ichor and dust and mud.
I can fix that. I cast prestidigitation.
Okay. So Oriana,
Say the word. Say the word. Say the whole word.
I said it. No. I did it. I said it. I said it.
Oriana waves their hands a few times over fives, and fives, after a few moments,
Prestidigitation.
Sorry.
Prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation.
Nope.
Digitation? Prestidigitation. Why do you have to make fun of me? You're supposed
Every-
to cherish me.
It's not just you. Everyone in the world pronounces prestidigitation the same way. It's press.
you know the clean yappy spell.
Yeah. I cast the thingy.
I do the
It's
thing
that and agonizers and
See, that one's different because I think people normally can pronounce Agonats as Scorcher.
agonizers.
It's like me.
I just forget what it is.
Overload.
After a few moments
I cast Hoover.
of sepsis trying to stifle laughter as as part of the incantation to do prestidigitation, Oriana gets it wrong countless times.
You're an asshole.
You look at Fives, and he is sparkly clean in, for want of a better word, the moonlight.
Perfect. Now you look great. At least we didn't have to wash you. I don't think you'd have liked that very much. It washes all the oil out of your joints.
Have to lube them up again.
I go.
Oil
You
can.
just make a lube joke.
Oil can.
Maybe.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I
Yeah.
go.
Yes.
I think so, yes.
That's only if lubricant can move.
If you...
Guys,
It's
do
true.
Fives always talk like a caveman? Or is that a new thing?
I think.
No, he's always
Feels
spoken
quite
like that.
He's usually more words. Maybe he's nervous.
Maybe.
There's no mouth on Fives, and the speech is quite drawn out and rattly, almost as if it's the vibration of the faceplate that's making the sound. So it is quite difficult, and you are used to the economy of words from Fives.
No, he's not usually chatty. Okay, you go. We will follow at a distance. Bring them to me. We'll go in a straight line towards, and then you can bring them, or direct them to me, and I'll just encounter them. How the heck am I going to stop them moving?
The only thing coming to mind is that you'd ask them nice, but you know, they might not be the.
No,
most
he can
effective.
command them to stand still, but he would need to be with us, not taking their place.
It's true.
And even then, they probably wouldn't listen if it was
Fives,
a direct.
could you instruct them to report to Dice for repairs?
Yes.
If I put my helmet on and I make myself look more metal than human,
I can.
there we go then.
Okay, Fives nods at you and then stalks loudly off. You can hear each footfall. And are you following?
It's nice Foley work there, bro. I like that.
Yes, we're following, I think.
How much of a distance are you putting between yourself and Fives?
Couple 100 meters.
Okay. And
Social distancing.
fantasy social distancing, as far away as you can get. Teleport, please. Can I get a stealth roll from everyone, please?
Yes, I love making stealth rolls. It's my favorite.
Sure. Is it
thing I'm
against sound
best
or
at.
sight?
At the moment, probably sound.
I'm aware that Stu's in the chat. I wonder if he's going to curse our stealth rolls before we make
AC.
them. He usually does.
It's a 16.
You have advantage.
Oh,
And Ori, you have guidance.
Oh, okay.
it's
Wow.
still a 16.
How does Ace
what
Ace have advantage?
Ace is wearing boots, aren't they?
Ace is a straight roll.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, I
Sorry.
did. I
What
did.
does
My
guidance
roll
do?
was a 16.
Guidance gives you 4 you can add on top of your.
Oh, okay, so 15.
Cool.
Yay.
Sepsis?
I got a 19.
Nice. Okay. And oh no, Worm is already there. That's fine.
Up above.
Okay. And sorry, Dice, what did you get?
13.
Okay.
I got more than somebody.
Hey, not last.
Okay. As you begin to approach then, most of your footfalls, even the ones that you feel would be too loud, are hidden by the pounding steps of Fives, who is making no attempt to hide their passage through this grassy plain. Fives, as you look at him, stands straighter, holds the strange rifle you've seen him use at attention, and stalks forwards, straighter and with more purpose than you've seen him previously. It takes a while, a few minutes or so, of you darting between patches of shadow to catch up. But eventually you make it to the edge of the tree line, and you can just see through the trees, maybe maybe about 80 feet away from the camp, covered by trees in the darkness. You see Fives just stalk straight into camp, straight towards the two automatons and the sleeping elf. Everyone roll a perception check.
Can I roll one for me and one for the imp?
Mm-hmm.
It's good. Oh, my perception's gone up by 1.
Good for you. That's very good. Did our
How did that
proficiency bonus go up? I think
I
our
did as well.
proficiency bonus has gone up.
I think so. 22.
Oh, my stealth has gone up as well.
My everything's gone up. I've got a +8 now on Arcana.
I got a 16, and William got not very much.
Okay.
I got
so,
6.
5.
I saw nothing.
Guys, the good news is that I've become much more decepty.
I'm very proud of you.
Yeah.
I've got +13 to persuasion.
Okay, so what was everyone's perception check? Sorry?
6.
6,
16.
16, 5, and what?
2.
22. Okay. So dice and sepsis then. For the two of, for Ace and Oriana, it is a little too far. The darkness and the shadow of the trees is a little too misleading, and you find it very difficult to see what's going on in the camp in front of you. Ace and Sepsis, you can hear...
Dice.
Dice and Sepsis, yeah. You can hear a strange metallic hum. There are 3 distinct pitches to it. One very much like Five's normal voice, the other 2 higher slightly, even younger. It is evident that Fives is about a foot taller than both of these automatons. They are of the same design. However, Fives is much bulkier, much wider. These 2 look to be much lither, perhaps scout automatons, whereas Fives is built as a warrior.
I think their rank is determined by height, like in Invader Zim.
They are evidently, or almost instantly as he walks in, it is evident that they stand to attention instead of moving to attack. And the vibration, while you can't hear any words, you do see Five's hands come up, or one of his hands, and he starts to make a complicated series of hand gestures. But it also then changes the vibration settings. It seems that these automatons do not speak to each other in the same way that you would. Eventually, though, they both seem to relax. One places his weapon down on the floor and starts to stalk straight towards you. Okay. AD, if you want to bring up the battle map so everyone can see where they are.
Battle map for this.
We find out Fives has betrayed us.
Yeah.
Never.
Is it a map from Map Daddy?
No, we don't
It
get.
is a map from Map Daddy.
It is a Map
I don't
Daddy
think-
map.
I
No
don't
one's
think we
gonna
can call
betray
them
us
Map
until-
Daddy.
No one's
Right
going to
there.
betray us until Amelia sleeps with them.
Wait, what?
That's what happened in the last
campaign. One campaign, one person. So far, Sarah Hesh has not betrayed her.
So far, is the operative.
So yes,
hair the tallest.
these wonderful battle maps provided by Loki Battle Maps. This is volume 1 and 2 of the giant book of battle maps available on the shop, and also the big book of battle maps, volume 2. You can just see off in the distance there. But yes, so the automaton stalks straight towards you. Looks almost startled, if a robot can startle, as it turns a tree and almost bumps into you, but gives you a once-over with its featureless face and stands stock still in front of you, Dice.
Okay, I'm just going to say, prepare for repairs. I'm going to drop and start fiddling with what needs to be fiddled.
Okay.
But without saying anything more, I don't want to give away that I'm human behind the mask, behind
Okay.
the helmet.
roll a proficiency. Well, roll an intelligence check plus your proficiency bonus.
Come on, big dog dice.
But it's with tools as well, so you get to
I
double
know.
your proficiency.
24.
24. Okay.
Yeah, it would be really hard for me to fuck this up, to be honest. I add 12 to it.
Okay. As you're studying this one, while they are smaller and have a much lighter design, they appear to be more hastily thrown together. Not as well made as fives. It appears that the elves wanted a very quickly produced army. So this one is actually going to be easier for you to manipulate. But it is still going to maybe take you about 15 minutes. While this is going on, it does seem to power down as soon as you start tinkering with its control crystal. What are the rest of you doing?
Keeping an eye on that elf, I guess. Is it asleep?
Yeah, I might look through the imp, the elf, see what's going on there.
Okay. Roll me a perception check, please, Sepsis. And, well, everyone, roll me a perception check.
Except me, yeah?
Gravy time.
6.
13.
20.
Okay. 20. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Was your perception check with your bonus, Sepsis, or
That was with the imp.
with the imp? Okay, cool. Do you want to roll one anyway?
Yeah. This
This
is a
is-
PSA, everyone. Don't make wisdom your dump stat. That's 2.
Two. Okay. So Sepsis and Worm can't see fuck all. However, Oriana and Ace, as the small sounds of mechanical tinkering go on just behind you and you peer around your respective trees, you do, or you can just make out that the elf, after a few minutes, starts to move and roll over in their sleep. They look, up until recently, you were of the understanding that elves didn't need to sleep. However, this one does seem to be maybe in the middle of a nightmare. Ace, what was your perception? It was 20.
20, yeah.
Okay. Ace, you feel a strange tingling in the back of your mind.
Wow.
It's the same feeling you've had previously with when you've been near undead, when you've been near very strong necrotic energy. And just at the very limit of your vision, so faint you think you've almost imagined it, you see a dark spectral hand appear next to the elf's face, and it just kind of strokes the elf's brow, caresses the elf's cheek, and the nightmare or whatever was causing the elf to roll over and possibly wake up calms, and you can hear in the distance the snoring of the elf again.
I'm gonna sidle closer to Ori and just be like, "Did you see that?"
Well, I saw the elf sort of roll over.
There was something there. It stroked their face to calm them.
That's creepy.
Well, at least I'm pretty sure there was something.
Okay. I'm just wondering, do you think I could go over there and wake him and convince him he's still dreaming?
I'm not sure.
It's
Risky
it's a
play.
bold play.
Plus
And
the
that's
other
everybody.
automaton is still there.
I was just going to say then, how good of a liar do you think you are? But you've literally just told me your deception score.
Well, persuasion.
Yeah,
Alright,
you're
okay.
you're very persuasive. I'm the liar. I think maybe now that the elf is unguarded, perhaps Perhaps we don't need to be quite so subtle. He's unguarded and asleep.
He still has one automaton guarding him.
It's Fives.
No, isn't one of the other ones still there?
I thought he sent both of them out.
No, just the one at the moment.
Okay.
Fives is still standing next to one of them, staring out into the night.
I'm pretty sure Fives could incapacitate the other one pretty quickly. They're all tiny and stuff.
I'd really rather I got the chance to fix it, I say from where my head's buried inside it.
I didn't say kill. Like grapple, just wrestle it.
And keep it still.
Or you can wait literally half an hour.
We will wait half an hour.
While we're waiting, do you want me to get word to make the matron mother?
Might be a good use of ascending right now.
Not a bad suggestion, actually, to let her know roughly
Sort of
what's
let her know
happened.
what's going on.
Yeah, and what's happening in the garden.
I'm going to. So you're going to spend half an hour breaking this one, and then another half an hour breaking the next one. Is that correct?
Yeah, but once I've started on the next one, you can do what you want with the elf while I carry on working on it.
Well, if we take 45 minutes, I get a lot more. I get a lot more juice.
We can do that. I can't touch my nose.
I'm the same.
So I'll send a message to matron mother.
Cool. I'm going to take a short rest.
Okay, so you're all gonna, you son of a bitch.
I'm gonna,
fucking coffee locks, man.
I'm not a coffee lock.
I'm
It
gonna.
only takes me 6 seconds to send a message.
Yeah, but it's going to
What are
take
you gonna do,
Dice
Ace?
half
Sorry?
an hour to do
I
the
was
thing.
gonna say I'm gonna keep guard over Setzer
Everyone?
while they rest.
Okay.
Thank you, Ace.
It's a
Much
hard word.
appreciated.
Oriana, for the first use of this spell that has ruined and destroyed the minds of even the finest dungeon masters once their players take it, because of the very creative way it can sometimes be used by certain players. Can you please read Sending for the benefit of people watching?
You send a short message of 25 words or less to a creature with which you are familiar. The creature hears the message in its mind, recognizes you as the sender if it knows you, and can answer in a manner immediately. The spell enables creatures with intelligence score of at least 1 to understand the meaning of your message. You can send the message across any distance and even to other planes of existence. If the target is on a different plane than you, there's a 5% chance that the message doesn't arrive.
Okay. Okay, so in 25 words or less, what is the first message you would like to send to the matron mother? Go on, yeah, you can do it, Greg. I did have my hands ready
I've got
Okay, cool.
Elves had deal with Beholder. Killed Beholder. Elves in garden. Sun has gone out.
Entire army here.
Entire army here. Love Oriana.
19.
Kiss.
Okay. It does take a few moments, and it is quite disconcerting, Oriana, when the words come back through, almost as if the matron mother is standing right next to you, whispering them into your ear. But you do eventually hear the matron mother's voice. Thank you for letting me know. We are aware of the imminent attack. Can you return easily? And that's the end of the message.
Can we return easily?
Well, there's an
not-
elven army in between us.
They're blocking the exits. There probably are other exits from the garden, like the one so we've got the one the Beholder used, which is full of zombies. As far as I'm aware, there are 3 exits from the garden. Rich, correct me if I'm saying anything I'm not supposed to be saying.
The ones
There's
you're
3 exits.
aware of. Yep.
Ones I'm aware of, yes. There is the one that Felder uses, which would be the exit blocked by the army. There is the Beholder one, which is full of zombies.
That's the one we just
Or
came
very
in
full
through.
of zombies.
Or there is the one through the Illithid lands.
Okay. So 2 exits are blocked and 1 exit takes us to the Ithids.
Mm-hmm.
There might be another exit from the garden, but those are the 3 I know of.
Those are the ones we know.
It's at this moment, Dice, as you are talking to Oriana and working, you realize that you are at a crux in your work on the automaton. You can either now turn it back on with what you hope will be full autonomous control of itself, or you can shut it down until a later time.
I'm pretty confident in my skills for this, having already done it once, having seen that it was successful.
No, you're absolutely confident that you've done it right, but as you previously discussed with Sepsis in part of this plan, you do remember either you or Sepsis wondering whether they would be friendly.
So I'm going to hold off on restarting it until I fix the second one. So instead, I'm going to pick up a pebble from the ground and make it shine a light just for a second so that Fives can see it, and hope that he will infer to send the other automaton to me.
Okay.
Make it blink.
Okay. Takes a moment, but you do hear the faint vibration again from Fives, and the second automaton places its rifle down on the floor and walks into the woods towards you.
Yeah. As it gets close, I would like to step forward so that it doesn't get an easy view of the other automaton.
Okay.
And then I will tell it to stop, and I will power it down and begin working on it.
Okay. It stops, gives you a once over. There's a hint of recognition as if you've been described to it, and it stops what it's doing and waits.
Okay. Fives had told us previously that they should be against the elves based on. So I am fairly comfortable with when we do come to turn them on. But anyway, I'm going to do the work on this one as well.
Okay. Oh, so you begin to work on that one. The elf is now completely unguarded, as far as you're all aware.
I'm gonna make my way over to the elf.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll follow with you.
Wait, Sepsis asked for 45 minutes, so you might want to wait 15 minutes more before you go. So you can take Sepsis with you.
Are you gonna wait for Sepsis?
I'm communing with nature.
Okay. Never roll a perception check for me.
I can't see my own dice tray because it's really dark in here.
18.
13.
9.
I can't roll it.
Okay. Oriana, as Sepsis says, I'm communing with nature, making that joke, you laugh, you look at Sepsis, and almost the complete opposite is true. Where Sepsis sits, the grass seems to be dying, and it's in a very slowly expanding circle with Sepsis directly in the center.
Sepsis,
Hello.
why is everything dying around you?
I rolled a 1 on my commune with nature check.
Sepsis,
Yes.
have you picked something up?
What, like syphilis?
No, like a dodgy magical item.
Wow, you must have rolled really high on the insight check I didn't hear you do.
No, I'm just asking a general question. You're free to lie to me.
We picked up a lot of magical items. It's a fairly logical inference.
Picked
You
up.
weren't doing it.
I picked up a lot of things I don't know. I haven't had a chance to examine everything. Speaking of magical items, Bray, I've still got a +1 pack to a Rod of the Pack Keeper. Was there a change to that?
I apologise. That absolutely was.
No, that's all right. It's fine.
It's an easy change. I can do it now. But yeah, carry on.
Yeah, I don't
Perhaps
know.
this grass is dying around you.
Was it your grass?
Access,
Yes,
stop being a funny bugger. That ain't normal.
I agree. But I'm not doing it on purpose, so perhaps you should hop off of my dick.
Sorry.
I'm going to see the elf. I just walk straight past them, just out to the elf.
I'm going to follow behind.
I'll just stay here then.
The steps are slowly killing the grass.
I've still got a few. I still need to rest for a little while.
That's fine. Let's just carry on. I'm going to go. I walk up to 5s.
Okay. And do you do it quietly so as not to wake the elf?
Yes.
And I have a stealth check, please.
Why did you take Ace with you? What were you thinking?
15.
Oh, that's nice.
15.
Yeah.
Okay.
15, 1, 5.
As you walk then, there is a small twitch from the elf. But you pass relatively silently and the elf stays asleep.
Can I see if he's got any weapons on him?
It's quite evident that he's not wearing anything more than very finely made, but just studded leather armor. His sword is a complete blade. It is a hilt and a metal blade. It's not one of the like sun swords that you've seen being wielded by the higher rank knights like Ankane and Benkin. But the sword is currently now just resting against a log that the elf is sleeping near.
Yeah, Ace, have you come over?
Yeah, I've come with you.
Do you think you could bind his hands together in his sleep?
I can try.
If you could just, grab his hands and hold them behind him, even if he does wake up. Do you think
I
he's
can
stronger than
grapple.
him?
I think I would be.
5s, would you help?
Fives kind of looks around. Yes. I can sit on him. I am very heavy.
Sorry,
Wait,
I just realised what
you
you
don't
said.
want to kill him. But
Just
if you could
keeping
help
him-
me restrain.
Help him be restrained and disarm him.
I will pin him.
Okay. Things might get a little bit weird.
When don't they?
Yeah, okay, if you two want to disarm him and wake him.
I'm gonna do that. So what do you want me to roll for that? Or merciful DM?
With that one, I would like you to make let's say an athletics check.
So on that I rolled an 8, but I have plus 13 to athletics. So that's a 21.
Oh, hey, you guys would know this, but obviously you guys weren't actually here for this last week. He has a stone he was communicating with, so you might.
I did say disarm him.
Not a weapon; it's a communication thing.
Well,
We-
yeah,
we
but
know
anything that would be helpful to him.
Okay.
Probably someone in
there
the
we
chat is
go.
asking for a description of your character.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay, cool. So, what was your role? I apologize, Ace.
21.
21, awesome. So, as you and Fives approach the sleeping elf, still, even as you touch him, still groggy from sleep, it takes him a while to wake up and realize his predicament. In that time, Ace, you've pulled his jacket down from around his shoulders, effectively pinning his hands to his side, and looking in one of the pockets, have found the sending stone that he pocketed earlier on in the evening. You move out of the way just as Fives basically sits on the elf's knees, places a hand on his chest, and then clasps both of the elves' wrists in one of his giant metal hands and just squeezes. The elf is pinned. He ain't going anywhere. However, his mouth is not covered.
Okay. Do I have a free hand to do that, or am I using both?
You do.
I'm going to slam my hand over his mouth.
Okay, as you slap your hand over his mouth, like a slap, the crack echoes into the trees around you, but it's not a noise that's going to travel very far. This is what finally wakes the elf out of its stupor, and it is looking at you wide-eyed, terrified, as it begins to struggle beneath all of your ministrations.
I start with a shh. It's okay, it's okay. Shh.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to hurt you.
Shut up, I got this.
I'm not there.
Roll a...
Me saying that I don't want to hurt him is completely truthful.
Mm-hmm.
So
Roll either a persuasion or an intimidation check. In fact, no, not persuasion. Roll intimidation. You can do it with advantage because there are 3 of you doing this.
Do you want me to roll that too, or just sorry?
I got it.
Yeah.
Oh god, math. 24.
24. Okay, cool. Staring around at you, hearing all of your words, and feeling that there is no way to kind of shove Fives off with the weight of the automaton on top of him. It takes a moment, but eventually, with still fear-filled eyes, he kind of stops struggling and settles. And you can feel his breathing start to slow against your hand around his mouth.
If you shout or scream, I will rip your throat out.
And to emphasize that, Fives kind of, you can almost hear the clicking of his wrists as Fives kind of squeezes on both of his wrists at the same time with one hand. There is a pained look in his eyes, and he just kind of nods against your hand.
Slowly pull my hand away. If the second he goes to make any noise, I will push my hand back on.
Okay. You take your hand away. He kind of coughs a little, quietly trying to stifle the sound, worried that you're just going to hurt him, but he remains quiet.
I'm going to ask you some questions. You're going to answer them. And you're not going to lie.
Je ne comprends pas. Je suis Shalem.
Please, Ori grew up.
Yeah.
Also,
don't let me hear for language.
Also, Sepsis knows that he can speak English. He can speak Common.
I'm not there enough.
Yeah,
but did you? Yeah. Have you told us that you've heard him speaking Common?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Sepsis
Sure,
told
He's
you what.
muted, Greg.
Did I specifically say that that he was speaking into a stone in common?
No, but you said he was speaking into a stone. You understood what he said, so I have to assume they would know that you don't speak Shalom.
I might have rolled an intelligence check.
Fine.
I don't know.
Can I
Bri,
roll?
I guess
Anything I can?
it's up to Bri whether you guys know or not. I wouldn't.
You can roll it in.
we do.
You can roll an intelligence check, Oriana, with advantage. because you learned Shalem just so you could speak to
It's gravy time.
Dice in front of your mother. In front
Okay.
of Nan, sorry.
20.
20. Oh yeah, you understand every word he says, and you can, if you wish, reply to him in Shalem.
Yeah, so I reply in Charlem. I'll say the same thing. I'm going to ask you some questions. You will answer them truthfully, or I will rip your throat out.
There is a momentary look of defeat and shock in his eyes as he realizes what's happened. And very well, I will return to your disgusting tongue if you wish. If it is easier for you.
It's fair, we don't know where Ori's tongue has been.
Ask your questions.
He's an elf, right?
Yes.
I'm going to say in Elvish, would you prefer I use my tongue for this language instead?
No, your pronunciation is terrible.
So
It
is yours in
is,
common.
It is how they speak on the continent. I do not. Ask your questions.
Why are you here?
I am here to rejoin the Grand Army of the Empire in its attack against the evil Drow infestation.
Where is the army?
Surely you saw it when you were walking through this strange land. It is over there. And he nods in the direction of that you know there is an army.
Why have you been separated from them?
I was on a scouting mission just to see what was about. Nothing more.
And when did the sun go out?
Very soon after we arrived.
And you didn't take that as a sign that you shouldn't be here?
No, it is purposeful. Our commanders did it.
Your commanders put the sun out.
No, they just made it smaller and siphoned some of the energy so that the light is more white, not the glowing of the surface.
When is the army attacking the Drow city?
I cannot say. They are waiting for information from different sources before they make their move.
What sources?
I am not privy to such information.
Insight check?
Okay. Before you do the insight check, then, a couple of things that you know from last week, from what Sepsis relayed to the group. You know this elf has not been on a scouting mission around the garden. You know he has just come from scouting out the Illithid camp.
Okay.
And you know that he is or has been commanded to return to the army camp as soon as possible.
Right, okay, screw the insight check then. What was your business with the Illithids?
There is shock in his face that he quickly tries to quell. There is no business.
Bullshit. What's your business with the Illithids?
I did not know there were any Illithids
You were
here.
scouting out their camp.
Roll a perception check.
She's my blink dog. 18.
Okay. As he's now, well, as far as you're aware from what Sepsis has told you, as he is now barefaced lying to you, you catch his eyes kind of try not to glance over to his left. Following his gaze, you do see a backpack propped up against the back of the wooden log he was sleeping next to.
What other secrets are you keeping from me?
I have no secrets. I'm quite low rank in the army. I
I
am.
pick up his backpack and pour everything out.
Okay. Inside are a few scrolls, some parchment, ink, a few quills, and a large leather-bound book.
What's this?
Oh, this nothing. It is my sketchbook. It is empty.
I open it.
As you open the book, it's tied. It's quite soft leather, so it's almost like it's the feel of a paperback. It bends easily in your hands, and as you open it, it appears that he was telling the truth. Quite a heavy tome, maybe 200 sheets of parchment thick, but it is completely blank.
Sorry, did you say it's completely blank?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I toss it behind me. I'll get dice to have a look at that later.
Okay. And
So anyway, your business with the Elliphids.
Well, as you look through then what else has come out, some of the other scrolls are covered in writing and drawing. Some of the other pieces of loose parchment. Want to give it a read?
Yeah.
Cool. You are fluent in Elvish?
Yep.
Your fluency in Elvish only helps you up to a certain point. There are words you can see. Ship, the word planar travel is written, and then there is an X marked next to it. You can see the Elvish word for teleport, and there is a tick next to it. However, the rest of it is blueprints. It is schematics, taken from different angles, very crudely drawn, but it appears to be almost a mixture of ships you have seen, more like the airship than a sailing ship, but there also seems to be a large, almost like a hermit crab's shell, larger than any ship you've seen. And in this drawings, if the ship is to scale, it is bigger than five houses all mashed together.
Flip it around and show it to him. Go, what's this?
It is it's just things I
Don't lie to me.
As you say, don't lie to me. Fives turns to you. Pain.
A little.
Good. And you can hear bones crunching.
I say that was more than a little.
It's a little.
I mean, on my level, maybe.
The elf takes. Give me a look at fives. The elf takes 4 points of bludgeoning damage, and you can see him grimace. The pain is so extreme and sudden that his breath catches in his throat as he tries to scream.
I can heal you and I can make the pain go away, but only if you tell me the truth.
Roll an intimidation check with advantage.
Uh, 16.
It is what the Elithid are working on. It is apparently how they appeared on this plane millennia ago. They are trying to rebuild it. They were talking to the beholder about an artifact that the beholder had, an orb that would allow them to power and move the ship. But it is greatly sought after by my commanders, and I was taking the information to them.
So you're both after the same thing?
They both. No, I am to report to my commanders that.
No, your commander and the Illithids are after the same thing from the Beholder.
Well, there was another group sent to the Beholder to find any magical items. I would suppose that if they were successful, my commander already has the orb.
So your commander has already been to see. Who is your commander?
My supreme commander of the forces down here currently.
The one who sent you.
Yes.
He would be Knight Arcane.
Of course,
He's
it is.
already been to see the Beholder.
Reg,
Which,
Yeah.
sorry, wasn't something said about that in the conversation Sepsis overheard? That they didn't.
The conversation Sepsis overheard last week. He was coming back with information about how far in the construction the Illithid were, and also a drawing of effectively what the orb they were looking for looked like. But just the drawing.
okay. And Arcane has been to see the Beholder already. Which, by the way, is dead. The Beholder's dead.
Then my people were all successful.
No. I was. I burnt that thing alive. And I'm
Okay.
going to do the same to your people if they attack the Drow City.
I cannot stop the attack. I am but a lowly lieutenant.
No, but you're still an elf, and it counts.
I have never harmed a tiefling. I have,
No, but have you raised your hands to a human?
personally, I try not to touch them. I've been told they are unclean.
One's touching you pretty tight right now, so you watch yourself.
Unclean. Unclean.
I instantly put my hand around his throat.
Sepsis, your short rest is over. Dice, you are at the point with the automaton that you can just turn it off.
Do you need me to roll? You didn't get me to roll for this one.
Roll with advantage because you're practiced.
The dice I would have rolled anyway. So that's going to be 30.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. A lot quicker. You and Sepsis are ready at around about the same time. They're not that far away, and this conversation is not quiet, so you can.
I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it powered down until we're in a slightly better. Until we've dealt with this elf, and then I'll work out what to do with them when Fives is there as well.
Okay.
I'll
Walk over.
yeah, stand up and crack my knuckles and head into the clearing.
Okay.
As
The
we're-
tiniest knuckle cracker would be like,
As
So
we're walking-
I'll see that Sepsis is on their way over and just grin. Like, oh, I have someone I have to introduce you to who's going to have a lot of fun with you.
guy.
Stroll into the clearing and say, "Hello, is it torture time?"
Have at it, Sepsis.
Hooray!
the elf can't see my face, but my face is like, oh. No.
Have you got all of the information out of him, or do you need me to leave him with the ability to talk?
I showed Sepsis everything I've gotten, like all the paperwork and things. They're
Interesting.
after an orb. Apparently the Beholder has it.
Can I make anything out about this beyond what Oriana could?
Roll me an investigation check.
Investigation, not Arcana?
Or Arcana, actually, yeah.
Arcana it is.
Do you still need the battle map up, right?
16.
Yeah.
No, 17, sorry. My bad.
Hashtag concern.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't like that very much.
17 on the
17.
Arcana check.
Okay.
I
Looking at
speak Abyssal, Infernal, and Undercommon as well, if that helps.
looking at the documents that you can see and the blueprints, it would potentially be a much better shout to give them to Dice. But from all the books that you spent your youth reading, having very little else to do when you weren't being abused by your master, you do work out that you find the orb, you find the drawing of the orb. You also find the drawings of two different types of ship. The one that was connected to the large, like spiraling shell, and then a different kind of ship. And the reason it doesn't look the same as the normal kind of sailing ships you've seen is that it doesn't look like it would be designed to float on water. It looks like it's designed to travel a different way. But not like an airship. There are no balloons. There seems to be something else missing that would propel it. And again, then a third drawing of the large shell, the strange ship without it, as if they were fixed together. And with your Arcana roll, you don't know what the third image could be or what they would call it, but you're pretty sure that the first two images are a nautiloid and a small starjammer.
Still stealing shit from Baldur's Gate 3.
I'm really not.
Stop accusing him of it.
I've had this plan
It's
for
so funny,
so
though.
long.
It's so funny. Well, these are interesting.
Mel, you're there as well.
I know,
Oh,
but
sorry.
I can't contribute to this. I'm going to look over the plans and try and understand them a little bit. Torture and interrogation's not really my jam.
Okay. Roll me an Arcana check.
Oh, me, right, okay. I can't, I've lost my dice. It's very dark in here. An Arcana check.
Mm-hmm.
22. Got +8 on Arcana now.
Okay. As you peer over Sepsis' shoulder, then glance at the plans, you are right, or you believe Sepsis is right. No, you haven't said it out loud yet. You come to the same conclusion as Sepsis, that the first image is of a nautiloid, an organic ship that was stuff of legend, and that you had not heard of anyone in living memory ever seeing or finding. The second one is a starjammer, which is even more of a fable, but appeared to be a strange magical ship that traveled through the dusk around the planes and the planets and the astral sea. You also notice the third image with your more mechanical kind of mindset. You notice the third image is a weird, bastardized amalgamation of both vessels. It's as if they've taken off the front of a nautiloid and replaced it with a starjammer.
Okay.
Also, just out of the corner of your eye, you do see the book that Oriana tossed, which was empty to Oriana earlier, and it lies open on the floor in front of you. To you, the two pages that are open are a map.
Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Once I've established what's going on with the plans, then I'll wander over and have a look at the book, but carry on with everyone else.
Okay, so everyone's had a look at the plans. There is a unconscious, tied up, or not conscious, but pinned down elf currently there.
I'm gonna make my way over to him and say, what's your name, friend?
My name is Philip.
Philip.
If
Either he's scared or he's lying.
Do you understand the position that I'm in?
vertical, I say as I walk past.
I have a bit of a problem, Philip. You see, I can't very well leave a living elf behind me. For a number of reasons. One, I have a reputation to keep up around here, and more importantly, elves can't be trusted. And even more importantly than that, I just despise you and all of your filthy, wretched kin. So I don't. You can see how I'm in somewhat of a dilemma. Obviously, I don't want to murder a helpless prisoner such as yourself, but it's a sticky wicket. Do you see, Philip?
Hey, you know what we could do with him?
Roll an intimidation check, Sepsis.
Okay.
What were you thinking about doing, Dice?
Shove him back
18.
through the door of the Beholder's Lair, then blow it up, and then what happens to him happens to him. The only other way out is a little bit tricky to get to, I think.
At this, he stares between you all now, talking about different ways of arranging his demise or a horrific torture, whichever you decide on, and he starts to become a lot more agitated. Still can't move under fives, but you can see his breathing start to quicken. I will tell you everything I know. What do you wish from me? What questions do you have to ask? Please, whatever it takes to keep me alive. I apologize.
That's awfully obliging of you, Philip.
Maybe we
Roll.
should kick him back to his commanding officer.
Everyone currently looking at the elf. Roll a perception check.
I have a hard time not looking at him, considering I'm holding on to him.
Oh, I'm not looking at him, I'm looking at the book, really.
I'm looking 18.
I got a 12.
What was it?
But,
Perception you wanted then, was it?
Perception, yeah.
I got a 12, but the imp got a 20.
You're so much more observant than you are.
Okay.
Yeah,
21.
+1 instead of -1.
But 18.
So, all of you just make out a small red light appear on the elf's forehead,
A sniper?
just as his head disappears in a pink, misty cloud of blood, bone, and brain, as you see a shaft of shocking energy slip through all of your bodies and completely destroy the elf's head. It is now a headless corpse beneath.
Holy
the
fucking shit!
Yo, what? I'm
However,
going to spin
because
that
you all
is
noticed,
traumatized.
I would like everyone to roll initiative.
Oh man, I was finally gonna get me a tongue.
Wait, Rich, wait.
Only like 10 minutes to... He's moved to the map. We can't reach him.
But I haven't finished setting up my infusions. I really hope I roll really low initiative, because that's what I do. Crap, that's actually pretty good.
You can't possibly roll lower than that.
We can swap.
Yeah, okay, deal.
Yeah.
I need to add Radiant Weapon onto my weapon. Crap.
I've rolled very low on it.
I too.
Oh, I too.
No, I have... Okay, that's fine. I'm going to add that, change that. Okay.
Yeah,
This
Ace
might be
is going to be
fast.
secretly traumatized from that explosion.
Yeah, but at least you didn't do it.
Ace
I
is
mean,
like,
yeah, they
his
didn't
fucking
do it.
head's off! Oh, where's
Just
Waffle?
holding the corpse and not letting it go. Like, what do I do?
What's
What do
happened to
I
my
do
dog?
with it?
Oh, Waffles disappeared.
No. Suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Are the doggos in with you today, Millie?
Yeah, they're both... Well, Bucky's staring quite intently at the door, and Kiba's
Hey.
sleeping fine. Hello, Hanson. You coming for
Decided to
So-
leave me for no good reason.
You turn in the direction that the blast came from, and you can see rushing through the trees straight towards you
Dashing
two
through the snow.
large, slavering gnolls, neither of which, well, both of which have a weapon in each hand. neither of which look as if they could have cast that spell or used that energy in any way. However, one of their eyes is glowing the same deep, dark red that Schneer and her dwarven childer were in the caves before. There is sepsis, because it's dark. Roll me a perception check.
Alright, I'm real good at those. It's an 8.
8?
Yep.
Okay. But that's unfortunately all you can see.
What about Worm? Also can see in the dark.
I can see in the dark.
Not up to 120 feet you go.
Worm can.
Worm, go for it.
16.
16. Worm, just at the edge of his vision, can see the glint
You two stop it.
of armor.
Flint button.
However, it does look like a humanoid form wearing armor, as opposed to, as opposed to an automaton. And yeah, Wim was there the last time. It is a familiar figure. The last time Worm saw this figure, you were being chased towards a bay in Cimmeria, over grassy plains by gnolls and direwolves,
No.
seemingly commanded by an armored figure riding on the back of a horse.
That's an oof.
So, if everyone wants to tell me their initiative.
He's 10.
Okay, Sepsis?
Yes, I would like to submit that I rolled a 3.
Nice.
7.
17. Okay, and Oriana?
18.
18, fantastic. And for 5s. Cool, okay. 15. And there we go.
Did you take ace?
I was first.
Okay, cool.
Not first in initiative. Of course. I rolled very low for that.
However, I've got all your initiatives because it's 5 to 9. We're going to take a break just before the actual combat starts. So we're actually going to take a break now. So it is competition time. How many people have we got in the chat?
Giveaway.
Us. I don't know, like 12.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think it's not wrong of me to say we should probably be exempt from winning this.
Yes.
It would be
yeah.
kind of sus if I won, for example.
I'm definitely not making 6 Twitch Smurf accounts right now. To try and... That is something that would be my least favorite thing to do.
Okay. All right. Okay. So the rules to this one will be quite familiar to most if they watch any other streams like this, because it's quite common for people to do it this way. Once the break starts, and only once the break starts, please write in capital letters "Beholder" in the chat. So capital letters "Beholder" in the chat. Write it once. Ada, you suck. You've done it already. Or is that an example? You could have done EG, Beholder. Yeah. So once it's on break,
Ada can win.
EG, Beholder. There we go.
Just put my initials.
So once we are in the chat, or in the break, sorry, please write Beholder to enter yourself in, and we will then be able to, once the break is finished, collate all that data and declare the winner. So once again, that is capital letters, the word Beholder, and yeah, good luck everyone.
Maybe
And
odds will be ever in your favour.
I am kind of wondering what the postage and packaging costs are to Canada.
It's not that bad.
If you can find that out
Who
for
cares?
us,
If he
just in
wins,
case
he
you win.
wins.
The problem is now,
We'll
if
sort it out.
Shane wins, it's going to sound like you fixed it because you're
This
immediately
sounds
like, I wonder how much it's going to cost to send
No.
definitely to Shane.
It'll be done by random
But
number
yeah,
generator.
it
We
will.
can't fix it.
But yes, thank you all for sticking with us. Please stick around for part 2. We'll be back at about 15:15.
Get a
Bye.
cuppa.
Thank you.
The whole
Hello and welcome to part 2 of episode 46 of the Chronicles of Nidum. Everyone in the chat is waiting with bated breath to find out the results of this competition. So before we go back into the fight, we'll do that. And I'm probably gonna wait. Yeah, I'm gonna, okay. AD, who is the winner? If you want to tell me, or do you want to put it in chat?
And also, if Ori wins, Ori can't win.
Yeah, no, we'll draw again.
That's fine. AD can win though. Maybe. Depends how nice he wants to be.
Hey. Oh, really?
Okay. Well, it's a good thing that they turned up exactly when they did. As they said, a wizard is never late. Neither is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to. The winner of the dice package, the dice tray, the spooky dice, and the nice little box to keep them in, is Groovy Guy Jerry.
Well done, Jeff.
Well done, Jerry.
So yeah, Jerry, I'm hoping you've seen the pictures on Facebook. However, this lovely set of spooky dice that all include a little miniature screen mask person is winging its way to you. Ghostface, yeah, fucking Ghostface. Of course it is. But yes, well done, Jerry. I'll get those sent to you as soon as possible.
Send us your address.
Yeah, send us your address on Facebook.
I have it.
And, cool, all right, Em's got it. And we'll send it over to them. Thanks, Em. Now it sounds like a fix. But it's not.
It
It's
isn't.
absolutely not.
It's all random.
But yeah. However, this partnership with Blink Dog Dice is going to lead to a lot more giveaways. So please, obviously, check Facebook, check Twitter. We will announce when the next giveaway is. But thank you, everyone, for taking part.
We actually
And
already
also-
have quite a lot more prizes ready.
Yeah.
And also buy dice from them. Buy
Yes.
dice from them.
Buy dice
I
from
go
them.
from-
Buy
Buy
dice
dice
from them every week.
They're
Every
a
day.
lovely young couple living in like the Cardiff Valleys. And they
selling
make
them?
the dice at home. They are homemade dice. They're all made with love, and they are a wonderful couple to support.
Mm-hmm. Indulge your inner dice goblin by supporting the dice artificers.
Mhm.
Okay.
They're
so,
very good people too.
They are very good people too.
The
We're
best.
not selling them, we're selling the dice.
Oh right, yeah, okay.
But yes.
Although, if we get enough of an offer, always an option.
Talk
back
to them about it.
to the Chronicles of Nidum. So, you've all given me your initiatives.
Can I've forgotten my initiative. Can I roll it again?
Nope, I know what it is. So, the first person to go is
What's that? Sis?
one of the gnolls.
I meant to ask in the break what I should do.
Rushes forwards.
I think you should use some sort of spell, probably.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a dash.
Yeah,
that's a lot of movement.
That was a
hit with your
doge.
stick.
Going to use the dash action on its turn to close right up with dice. Unfortunately, then for the gnoll, it does not get to make an attack on you. The next person in initiative is Oriana.
Ah,
Dice, you're up next.
okay.
Does anyone else hear like a high-pitched, horrible high?
Yeah, it's like feedback from someone's like phone, I think.
It's awful. It's very unpleasant.
Have we fought gnolls before?
You have. They were, in fact, with the armored figure last time.
No.
Did we learn anything then about if they've got any resistances?
You didn't really. You were running
Completely
away from
ran
them
away.
at the time.
So when I said have we fought them before?
Yeah.
We have
You just
done
hit
some
them.
sort.
You just hit them with all
Yeah.
the spells.
Okay. Okay. I guess I'm gonna chromatic orbit. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna chromatic orbit.
Okay, cool. Chromatic orb, the one next to dice. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Unless I can't see the armored figure, can I?
No, you cannot. No, it's there.
Bri, can you mute a second? Because when you talked just now, the sound stopped happening. I just It's come back.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it stopped when Barry was muted, but then it started again while he was still muted.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't think it's Bri. It has gone at the moment though, so let's just,
Yeah.
It goes when people talk.
Hopefully it stays.
Yeah.
No, it's back.
Oh, is it me?
It might be. Is
Might
it
be.
is your charger? Have you got your phone on your charger?
No.
Oh, okay.
AD says it's you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I would normally use my headset, but that's missing its microphone at the moment, so. Anyway, that was a nat 20.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. So nat 20 to hit. Roll for damage, please.
Question is, what level do I want to cast it at? Mm. $44 points of damage.
44 points of damage, yeah? What type of damage?
Yeah.
Fire, of course. So, the fiery burst of energy flies from you, striking the knoll, setting it aflame. Its armor, its fur, everything starts to catch, and it starts to yowl and yip in terror as it tries to beat some of the fire away with the haft of its weapons. You are also now completely wreathed and ringed in flame. Is that the end of your turn?
I'm gonna fly up in the air.
Okay, cool. As you're flying up in the air then, can you please roll a wild magic surge?
Oh, you remembered.
Roll for a wild magic surge.
I'm so proud of you. It's 16, it's fine.
16? Okay. Cool. So how high in the air would you like to go? You full 30 feet? You're full 30 feet?
How tall are the trees?
The trees, or the canopy above you, is about 50 feet up.
Yeah, I've got the full 30 feet then.
Cool. No worries. Oriana, it isn't 30 feet, but we'll just say it is. Oriana immediately flies straight up into the air. 30 feet up. So,
Up and away.
nice. You'll go.
Sorry, I'm trying to play left-handed for a sec. Okay. There's one right in front of me. When you say right in front of me, is it in base contact with dice?
It absolutely is.
Well, that's no good. I'm going to attempt to step back 10 feet, and I'm going to take the attack of opportunity.
Okay, no problem. So, there we go.
What's that big chunky armor for if you're just going to run away from everything that tries
She's
to fight
she's
you?
not wearing the big chunky armor.
And aside from that, what I want to do is hit it with my lightning hands, which are a ranged weapon.
Okay. So, it's going to attempt a bite attack at you as you move out of the range. And there we go. Ooh, okay. That's going to be a 23 to hit.
Shield.
Does shield take you over?
Oh yeah, it puts me on 24.
Okay, your reaction then. As his teeth attempt to close around you, a purple arcane shield seems to burst out of the armor and his teeth almost break against it. He does not find purchase on you or do you any damage. Okay, so you've moved 10 feet back.
Fuck you, little no. I'm going to
I'm an
attempt to
albatross.
Yes! I'm going to attempt to hit it twice with my lightning launchers.
Okay.
The first attack is a 25 to hit.
25 to hit. 25 definitely hits.
Yeah, weird.
Roll for damage. He's looking messed up.
That's 8 plus the additional d6, so that's going to be 12 damage for the first one.
Okay.
Stop it. Going to try and hit again. That time
You can't tell the knoll to stop growling at you.
Yeah, it's actually sound effects. It's not the dogs playing. Yeah, I've now got a +9 to my lightning launcher. It's pretty ridiculous. So that's 26 to hit.
Definitely hits. Roll for damage.
Yeah, and that's 10 damage on the second one.
Excellent. Okay. So, being set aflame by Oriana, attempting to bite you and almost breaking its teeth, it is racked by the electric charge that flies from both of your fists. And as it spasms, its mouth just bursts open in black, steaming blood as it is cooked from the outside and in. And it collapses to the ground in front of you, dead.
We'd be amazing at a barbecue.
I mean, maybe.
Because you can make sure it's cooked inside and I can get it charred on the outside.
Dead.
That's how we should cook food.
Cool. Is that the end of your go?
Yeah.
You've got another 20 feet of movement.
Yeah, but I'm not particularly inclined to run away anywhere. I was just backing up to get not disadvantage.
Okay, cool. It is now 5's go.
Just so you know, my shield stays up until the start of my next turn. Get attacked by anything else.
All right. It is now 5's go. So, there we are. 5's is going to make an attack against the one you can still see. Marksman. Go. That's a 19. Which hits. Awesome. Okay, and he does... Thank you, D&D Beyond Dice Roller. No, fuck you, D&D Beyond Dice Roller. He rolled a 1, so he does 6 points of damage.
Wow, gosh.
Which is reduced to 3 by this Knoll's resistance to piercing damage. And with his second attack action, he's going to reload the rifle. Ace.
Yep. So approximately how far away am I from them to get sensibly close?
Okay. You are currently about, wait a minute, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12. You're currently about 60 feet away. You have to give up your action to get up close.
Okay. What I'll do then is I'll move half the distance on my normal walking speed. And cast Moonbeam.
Okay. Cool. So. There we go. Six. Cool. You cast Moonbeam centered on the knoll.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And for the benefits of people watching, please describe what Moonbeam does.
Okay. A silvery beam of pale light shines down in a 5-foot radius, 40-foot cylinder centered on a point within range. And that range is 120 feet. Until the spell ends, dim light fills the cylinder. When a creature enters the spell's area for the first time, on a turn or starts its turn there, it is engulfed in ghostly flames that cause searing pain. It must make a Constitution saving throw. It takes 2d10 radiant damage on a failed save, as much or half as much damage on a successful one.
Okay. And
so you'll need to make a Constitution save on that.
Constitution save is going to be... Ooh, Constitution save is 20.
Okay, so he does have a success on that.
It's gravy time.
I'm just going to roll this real quick. Okay, so he would have had 19 damage.
Okay.
But you'll half that.
It is radiant though, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So that is a total of 9 damage.
Okay.
Okay. However, the moonbeam's effect, as it beams down on him and hits him, the knoll immediately tries to shy away from it, blinking its eyes. Almost as if it's blinded, as if the radiant energy shining down on this knoll is more effective than it should be. And this knoll, is that the end of your go, Ace?
Yes, because I can't make any more movement.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, let's go with that.
No worries. Okay. So, the knoll then is going to rush forward towards Ace.
Mm-hmm.
And there we go. Boom, boom, boom. Wait a minute. As it rushes forward, it is going to emit a horrifying, frightful cackle.
Okay.
Okay, it starts to laugh manically as it rushes towards everyone. I would like everyone to roll a wisdom saving throw. Sorry, how much?
I said okay.
Okay.
Would you
Alright.
describe this as a magical effect?
I would.
Excellent.
19.
19, okay.
14.
Okay, Oriana, okay. What was yours, Sepsis?
17.
And Ace?
Where it says, sorry, I'm just double checking. Where it says resistance is all under my aura of warding. Would that mean,
no,
would
you
that
had-
include that?
No, you have advantage against spells and magical effects.
Okay, so would I, so I wouldn't roll a second time on that, it would just be my first roll, yeah?
No, it's you got advantage to roll
Okay,
2
cool.
d20s. And
So the first roll was a 3 and the second roll was a 2, so neither were good. But it is plus 6, so it'll be a 9 total.
oh, okay. All right. As the knoll rushes towards you, then Oriana, Ace, you are both gripped by a chilling fear,
Okay.
and you are frightened.
Ooh.
You can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns, but at the moment you can not move any closer towards the knoll.
Okay, but I can still. Does that break any concentration on my moonbeam, or does that remain?
No damage has been taken yet, but as it's rushing forward towards you, it is then going to make. There we go.
Which one's the null?
Was
The one with the
Three of
ring
them
around
rolls.
it.
Okay.
This particular knoll is.
Big bad boy.
cool. It's now right up in your face, and it is going to make one claw attack against you.
Cool.
There we go. The claws rake across your armor, but I would assume that a 12 does not hit.
It does not.
It shifts you slightly, but unfortunately it can't pierce the adamantine armor that you're wearing. It then lunges forward and attempts to bite the softer exposed section of your neck. And that is going to
I'm
be
wearing a coif.
You are. However, this one's teeth are much longer and do pierce through the softer, less armored sections. And that is a 21 to hit.
It. Yeah, it does hit.
Okay, so 1, 2, there we go. You take 13 points of necrotic damage.
Does that count as disease, or does it not?
No, it doesn't count as a disease. However, with that 13 points, you reduce your hit point maximum by that many.
Ow.
It's a vampire knoll.
Mm-hmm.
The fuck? What the fuck, bro?
This is the benefit of having basically as many of the source books as I can afford. This is the benefit.
Vampire knoll.
Please check out Rime of the Frost
instead of
Maiden
it
on D&D
just
Beyond.
coming off of my HP, it's just going to reduce my HP to 66.
And it, well, yeah, and it comes off your HP as well. But yeah, so 13 points. But you also take then...
So 13 points from the original 79 or 66? Is what I wanted to
no,
know.
13 points from the original 79, sorry.
Okay.
You also take, though... There we go. So, when this decides it wants to work. You also take 9 points of piercing damage, but you don't have to reduce. You don't have to reduce your
No, just
my maximum for that
9
one.
straight.
Okay, and vampire regains 13 points of life,
Yes.
which means that it is almost as if it hasn't been hit. Okay.
He's a big meanie, and I don't like him.
Cool. So it is now Sepsis's go.
I take it Worm points out to me our friend in the bushes.
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to show us on the map where the bad man is standing?
He would have been behind where the knolls are. However, he is standing just outside your range of vision.
Okay.
What's the range on your Eldritch Blast?
My Eldritch Blast or my night vision?
Well, night vision is 120. What's the range in your Eldritch Blast?
It's 120.
Yeah. He's just outside the range.
I mean, I can move. I have
Yeah, you
movement.
can. You can.
But I wasn't necessarily asking because I wanted to blast him.
Okay. You know the general direction he is in.
Okay. Well, I'm going to call out a warning about this guy.
Okay.
So everyone knows he's there.
Okay.
There's a big nasty. About 125 feet that way. And then I am going to. I'll use one of my extremely many ray of sicknesses.
Okay.
On the. Will I? No, I tell you what I'll do. I'll tell you what I will do.
Mm.
I will cast Hypnotic Path.
Okay.
In an area encompassing those two back nods.
No, those aren't knolls. Those are the deactivated, currently standing statuette. I apologize. Standing statuesque automatons. Those aren't knolls. There's just the two: the one you've already killed, and the vampire knoll that's currently attacking Ace. I apologize.
Oh, in that case, back to Ray of Sickness.
Cool. Okay, so Ray of Sickness on the vampire knoll. Yeah.
Yes, one of my many Ray of Sicknesses.
Cool. Okay. Roll to hit.
I will. 27.
27. 27 definitely hits. Roll for damage.
I will. 2d8 poison damage. That is 9 poison damage. And I would like for him to also make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. So 9 poison damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And there we go. So, con save is going to be 7.
It does not pass, I'm afraid.
Oh, he's poisoned.
He is poisoned until the end of my next turn.
Excellent. And there we go. When this decides it wants to work. So... I'm having a connection issue here. I apologize. I think my camera's still working though, so that's fine. There we go. Okay. So he's got disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. Wonderful.
Yeah. I'm also going to move out, so forward and to my right, on this screen at least. Forward and away from the camera.
I just want to clarify as well, all of the tree stumps you can currently see are cover. They're full trees.
Excellent.
Okay.
That's
awesome.
okay. That's very good news.
I should have clarified that at the beginning. I'm sorry.
In that case, would moving forward, you see the tree that's sort of directly in front of me,
Yeah.
slightly further away from the camera.
Mm-hmm.
If I was there, would I be able to hit the newcomer with an Eldritch Blast?
Looking at the angle, because I know where he is, but you don't. Yes.
Okay, cool. So I will move up there, and I will quicken an Eldritch Blast.
Cool. Give me a second then.
I pop. I can't right now. But,
Is that the tree you meant?
that's the tree I meant. Yep.
Epic. Okay. And roll to hit.
I will do that twice.
Okay.
Those are very good rolls. One of them's a natural 1, and the other one's a 13.
Okay.
Those both miss, I'm guessing.
They both absolutely do.
Okay, and then I'm going to basically move behind the tree so that my body is shielded from his direction.
Okay. With your size, it gives you practically full cover.
We'll take it.
Okay. Here we go. And this decides it wants to work. Okay. Is that the end of your go, yeah?
It kind of has to be.
Yeah?
Yep, I've moved bonus action to have actioned. That's kind of all the things I'm allowed.
Okay, cool. So, before any of you can act, you hear a loud, almost explosion, but it sounds like Dice's gloves or gauntlets activating. And you see a flash of energy make its way through the trees. And it is winging its way towards one of Oriana's wings.
Bitch, no.
And there we go. That is going to be a 28 to hit.
What do you think, Bri?
Okay.
I'm wearing a
I
bikini.
mean, he has access to all of our AC.
So, Oriana,
Come on, tell me the damage.
you take 20 points of necrotic damage.
You suck.
Damn, that's a lot of damage.
How much full damage do I take?
Pardon?
How much full damage am I going to take?
You are not, because you are not incapacitated. Your wing is struck, it hurts, but it does not have an incapacitating nature to it. Now you are closer, Sepsis. You watch as the larger of his rifles is dropped to the floor, and he removes a smaller one. This one, there we go,
Big fighting gunslingers.
is going to be another shot at Oriana. Give me a second.
Tim Polite.
Okay. And
Don't you kill our sorcerer?
I
said, don't you kill our sorcerer?
Okay, that is
We need
going to
that
be
bitch.
a 15 to hit.
2 seconds.
You say I've got access to all of your armor classes. I haven't got all of your characters open at all times.
I'm going to
Oh
cast
no, I
shield.
thought you wrote it down though.
You're going to cast shield.
Yeah,
Okay. What level spell is shield, Oriana?
it's a first level.
Cool. Can you roll a wild magic roll for me, please?
That's 2 ones. It's an 11.
Oh, sorry. I thought you rolled 2 dice there. You got like 2 natural ones. Sorry. It took me a moment. Then I thought I was so hopeful I was going to have to make you roll a wild magic surge. But okay, cool. So an 11. You've saved.
And is that a magic missile he's casting?
No, it is still a shot at you, but it was going to be a winging shot. What is your armor class now with shield?
17.
17, cool. You just duck one of your wings. It just flaps out of the way, and you feel a projectile this time instead of an energy burst fly over your wing. It just almost scores the skin, but he has missed.
What was the
this time.
misfire on that winging shot?
Hmm?
What's the misfire on that winging shot?
The misfire on the winging shot, I will tell you in a moment.
Well, you don't have to tell me. I'm just asking
trying
you
to be
whether he misfired.
You're just trying to be awkward as fuck, aren't you?
No, I'm just interested to know whether, because I'm guessing that he's a badass, so I'm guessing he had to roll pretty low to get that.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's a misfire of 2. Yeah, it is now. Sepsis, you can see him reloading his gun.
Sweet.
It is now Oriana's go. Oh, sorry, no, it's the Knoll. Oh, the Knoll's dead. It's Oriana's go.
Thanks. Okay, this guy has shot me. Am I still not able to see him?
You can see where the energy is coming from, but he's too far away for you to
I did point
make
the guy
properly.
out to
But he's been
but it's
pointed
dark.
out, and yeah. It is dark through the trees. He is half outside the well,
How many
double
feet
your
away is
vision. He's 120 feet away. And you've only got 60 feet of dark vision, I think.
Scrubs.
Yeah, but my scorching ray is 120 foot.
It is. However, because you can't see him, you would have to roll disadvantage for each ray.
Okay, but my flying speed is 30 foot.
You can move forward.
But even if I went my full 30, he'd still be
30 feet out of seeing range.
Unfortunately.
Maybe take a crack at the knoll, but also move forward, and you can move towards being able to see.
Hang on, if I move forward for 30 feet, I still wouldn't be able to see him.
No, because he'd still be 90 feet away. And your vision is only 60 feet.
Oh, it's dark, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'll go for him next time. Right, I'm scared of the knoll, but I can still attack it, can't I?
Oh yeah, you couldn't even
You
move
also
30 feet forward if you-
can't move 30 feet forward.
Yeah,
because
that's
you're
true.
frightened.
I'm frightened.
And she would have been rolling at disadvantage even if.
Mhm.
Well, actually, yeah, you could fire your scorching rays at this guy because you're going to be
Yeah.
rolling disadvantage
Screw
anyway.
it, you
because
get
of
your
the knoll.
disadvantage anyway.
Oh, fuck it, I'm gonna throw Scorching
Attack
Ray
whatever
at
you
him then.
want.
Cool. So you're going to fire Scorching Ray at where you think these shots have come from.
Yeah, and I'm gonna use my circlet to do it instead of my thing.
Hey,
Nice. Okay.
Just a quick reminder. Aganatsa's Scorcher doesn't require you to make a roll; it requires them to make a save. And
It's also only a 30-foot range.
right, yeah, okay. You're
Which is
attacking the
probably
guy.
why.
Yeah, that's fair.
No backseat sorcery. Thank you.
But I
Backseat
loved it
sorcerer.
right being a sorcerer.
She knows what she's doing.
I know.
So, at disadvantage first.
Listen, until you've played Baldur's Gate with you can't tell other people off for backseat playing.
All right, I'll stop.
No, you won't.
I'll stop. You can run in every time and die
You can't
instantly.
control
That's fine.
yourself.
Hey,
You
does a
won't.
23 hit?
It absolutely does. Sorry, Oriana. A 23. What? Hang on. So 23 hits. So that's how many beams have you got? How many rays?
3.
Cool. Okay.
I'll roll the hits first, and then I'll roll.
Okay.
It's more. It's like 26. No, 25.
Rolling at disadvantage. Fucking
Yes.
hell. It's impressive.
Okay. So 2 hits.
Why can't I count? 21.
21. All 3 hit. The last one just hits.
Clearly, these blink dog dice are powerful beasts.
They are. Is 10.
Mine always roll really well for me.
18. 22 points of damage.
22 points of damage in total. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Sepsis, you can see that all 3 rays do strike true.
Did I hit him?
However,
Yes.
you can see that his armor, while it doesn't absorb, so there's no resistance to the fire that hits him, it doesn't catch. It doesn't light him up, make him easier to see. It doesn't seem to hurt him. He's just still quite comfortably kneeling on the floor, leveling his weapon at you.
But he took damage.
He did take damage.
Yeah, you got him.
Okay. It is now. Is that the end of your? Oh, is that the end of your go, Oriana?
It
That
is.
was a yes.
Can
Yeah.
you make a wild magic roll for me, please?
You got like a sticky note on your screen now that reminds you to ask for it.
No.
It's a 1. It's a 1. It's a 1.
You rolled a 1. Yes. Okay. Can
Damn
you
you, Blake.
please roll?
Let's do it.
Percentile dice.
Halloween chaos.
Hype,
Halloween
hype,
chaos.
hype, hype, hype.
Oh, you gotta
Wow,
love.
magic
You
chaos.
gotta love this.
How long
Did
has
you-
it been?
Too long.
Wild.
Also, no, they don't have any. Ariana doesn't have pupils. They're just solid yellow eyes.
Looks a-
26.
26.
26. 26. 26.
Huh. No one else can see, but again, Oriana, your vision skews. Everything is slightly more 3D, more clearer to you.
Oh, I've got a
and
fucking third eye again.
as you blink, you can feel 3 sets of eyes blinking. Well, 3 eyes, not 3 sets. 3 eyes blinking. You have an eye in the center of your forehead.
Make you look like a spider if you had 3 sets.
For 1 minute, you have advantage on wisdom or perception checks that rely on sight.
Oh, I can redraw my wisdom saving throw.
Yes. Please re-roll your wisdom saving throw.
And you say I've got advantage on it now?
No, that's just on perception check.
I thought you said on wisdom saves.
You should just say
No.
on wisdom.
Wisdom perception checks that rely on sight.
Yeah, alright. 16.
16. This time, you save. You are no longer frightened of the null. So you've still got your movement. Do you want to move?
Yeah, the question is do I want to get closer to the guy who keeps taking pot shots at me?
It's up to you.
I'm
You
gonna.
can always fly behind a
I
tree.
want to move slightly forward and to the side so I'm behind a tree.
Okay, give me a sec.
Put me in cover.
Is that the first time you've ever had a beneficial wild magic surge that didn't also do something else weird?
No, she had the third eye before.
Yeah, but that was as
Yeah, it was
a
beneficial last time.
Was it that tree?
Well, I don't know. The one that turned me blue was pretty beneficial. And yeah, that's perfect. As long as I'm in like at least partial cover.
You've got about 3/4 cover with your wings.
Cool.
Because your wingspan is larger than the tree, like a lot larger than the tree. Okay.
Oh, the bubbles. That was a good time.
And
Oh, never the bubbles.
dice.
Yeah, hi. Okay, so I have been following, but the dog's been distracting me, so I'm sorry. So, who can I see to shoot at? None of them.
Just the
Well,
vampire knoll.
where you are right now, the only person you can see is the vampire knoll.
I'm going to fire at the vampire knoll.
Cool. Go for it.
You are aware of the other guy though. He's like
Yeah.
pointed out.
Sepsis has shouted it out, so you're aware that there's a sniper on the grassy knoll.
Oh my god.
All right, conspiracy theories.
That was just the worst joke. I love you, but wow.
Also, the knoll is more vampire-y than grass.
Yeah. There is a sniper behind the vampire knoll.
Yeah, I want to take out the vampire first because it's reducing hit points on
Okay.
people
Cool, go for it.
after seeing what happens poor Ace.
It do suck.
Yeah. So I'm going to attempt to hit that twice with my lightning launcher. That was a really good pun to stop. 27 to hit.
27 definitely hits.
Weird. Okay, that's going to be 11, 12 damage for the first hit.
Okay, cool.
Second hit is going to be quite as good, 17 to hit.
Okay, cool.
It hits.
Yeah.
Rich,
Yes.
does it hit?
Yes.
Thanks.
Said yeah a couple of times.
11. You all froze for a second and I couldn't
right,
hear
okay.
anything, so I was like, did it hit?
Yes.
Did
it
I
is.
hit?
Yeah.
11 on that one.
Cool. Okay. It is looking hurt.
Yeah. Based on Ori taking quite a few hits and looking quite hurt, as a bonus action, I'm going to use one of my uses of Shield of Faith.
Okay.
So Ori has a +2 to AC for up to 10 minutes.
Cool. Okay.
I was about to cast it. Let's not do that. Let's cast it through the other thing.
You can't.
Okay,
You're
let's get
using
her.
your patron's favor, patron's gift.
Patron's gift, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So I've used one.
Cool. And okay, is that the end of your go?
Yeah. The puppy wants to go out, so I'll be back.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Fives is going to level his rifle once more at the vampire knoll. Uses marksman feat. There we go. That's a natural 20.
Wham!
And
You can do it! Shoot his freaking head off!
Fives does. Ooh, nice. Fives does 16 plus 5. So 21 points of damage to the knoll.
21.
Okay. He's then going to use his other action or his second attack action to reload. So it is now Ace's go.
Hello. I
Hello.
had to unmute myself because there was lots of noise. Right. First thing I'm going to do is use my bonus action to move that moonbeam back onto Blokey Bloke that's in touch with me there.
Okay. You're going to move. Sorry, say that again. It broke up slightly.
Sorry. I am going to use my bonus action to move Moonbeam.
Until it's on
behalf
him again.
of,
Okay.
the bloke, yeah.
Move, moon, moon.
Moon.
Oh man, who invited Moon Moon?
I could have been a wolf, but instead I wanted to be a cat. because
And because I forgot to ask you to roll when
Meow
he
steaks
started.
were meowed.
Because I forgot you to ask to roll. I forgot to ask you to roll when he started his turn in the moonbeam. I'll let you do the damage now. Can you, roll a Constitution save? That's a natural 1. So,
nice.
Which damage?
And that is 2 9s, so
18.
18. Yeah.
18 points of damage. Cool. Okay. He's looking messed up.
Which, cool. So, I'm gonna move Moonbeam onto him,
Okay.
and
That's a bonus action, yeah?
yeah, as my bonus action.
Cool.
And then I'm gonna use my hammer on him.
For the first time. All right. Unfortunately, you are rolling with disadvantage because you are still frightened. But yeah, roll to hit.
Well, with disadvantage there, I rolled a 20 and a 17, so it wasn't too bad.
Nice. Okay, so you
So
definitely
and
hit.
10, so it's a 27 on the lower one.
Cool. Go for it. And roll for damage. Now the damage on
I was supposed to ask. I was like,
damage on Thunderstrike. Okay. Your new hammer is 1d8 plus 6 bludgeoning, plus another d6 lightning from the hammer, plus another d6 if you want to from your patron's gift.
Yeah, let's do everything.
Cool. Okay. So it's 1d8 and 2d6.
Yeah, so I rolled an 8 on the d8, which is
Nice.
And then on the first d6, I've rolled a 3,
Okay.
and then the second d6, I've rolled a 3.
Cool. Have you read the description of the hammer?
Gain +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with his magic weapon. Additionally, any enemy hit by this weapon is dealt an additional 1d6 lightning damage, which is what I just rolled for,
Yeah,
right?
that's fine. And just under that.
It has 5 charges while I'm attuned to it. So spend 1 charge as a free action and make a melee weapon attack with the hammer. If it hits, it unleashes thunderclap, audible cloud of air out to 300 feet. Target and every creature within 15 feet cone must succeed on an DC 17 Constitution saving throw or be stunned until the end of my next turn. Let's go with that as well. Why not?
Cool. So because I didn't tell you to read it properly before you did that, I'm going to assume you've used one of your charges in this attack. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. No worries.
So do I have to roll for that, or no? You have to roll for Constitution.
That is going to be an 8.
Well, yeah, you don't make that. I'm afraid.
Nope. Okay, so yeah, the vampire is stunned
Whoosh. And
until the end of your next turn.
Big old clap of thunder happened.
And can you roll me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Yeah. So the dice that just gave me a 20.
It's given you a 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Unfortunately, then you are still frightened of the gnoll. However, the gnoll is stunned and is looking fucked up.
Nice.
So, next person to go would be the gnoll, who is stunned and can't do anything.
I did something right.
Can't take actions or reactions. And attack rolls against the creature have advantage. So, I think it's now when this decides it wants to work. Give me a second. Sorry. Sepsis, you'll go.
Hello. First things first.
Mm-hmm.
Hex.
Cool.
I thought you were going to say I'm the realist.
Actually, sorry, I lied. First things first, I'm going to move up a bit. So I have 35-foot walking speed.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of don't want to be out in the open. That tree that is sort of directly in front of the tree that I'm currently in, would it put the motherfucker with the gun within 90 feet of us?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. I'll move up to that tree and then I will hex.
Cool. Hey. So. Tree. Cool. And
I'm going to cast hex at a 3rd level.
Okay.
Which doesn't change very much. It just allows me to concentrate on it for longer.
Okay. And
which
what
basically
ability
just
score are you going to affect?
Dex.
Dex? Cool. All right.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just checking the meaning of this. Yeah. Yep, that's correct. Cool. Yeah, so I've used 3rd level hex on him, and this is going to surprise you, but I'm going to use 2 of my many sorcery points to quicken up Eldritch Blast.
Okay, cool. Go for it.
Hopefully this time we hit with like one of the bolts at least. Yeah, I think the 27's probably going to hit.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But I also feel like the 13 probably doesn't.
No, it does not.
Okay, well.
Okay, so 27 hits. Roll for damage.
Can you? Roll for damage. Damage for this is kind of interesting at the moment. So Eldritch Blast, 1d10 plus 4, plus a d6 for the hex. Oh, not bad. So that's 14 damage.
Okay. 14 damage. Okay. So the Eldritch Blast beam rocks him slightly as it hits. And is that the end of your go?
Yes, but I think I'm gonna send creature / worm flying towards him.
Okay.
It's still invisible.
Cool.
Just do a dash. So assume creature was roughly where I started, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't think we got him on the map.
But he was in the tree line, so he was slightly closer to
Okay.
than you guys were. So yeah.
Makes sense. So he can go 80 feet towards this guy.
Cool. Okay. So he rushes 80 feet towards him. Still invisible?
Yeah.
Roll me a stealth check with advantage.
Natural 20.
Natural 20, nice. Okay,
Total
cool.
of 25.
Right. So through you then, through your sight, from what you can see, and now the creature is closer, images projected into your mind, you can see that this guy's attention is distracted from you. Even though you're the last one that hit it, it looks over to the vampire and sees how badly damaged the vampire is. So it shoulders the rifle it last shot, picks up the rifle that it threw on the ground, the first one, the one that unleashes the energy blasts, and then it looks, and creature knows that it's looking in your direction, Sepsis. As it raises a hand, salutes you, and then turns a ring on its finger and disappears in a puff of purple smoke.
I fucking knew you were going to do that.
It is now Oriana's go.
How's this? What's it called? Looking
Oh, bad. He's looking
Bad,
fucked
bad?
up. Yeah, he's looking fucked up.
fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
Fucked up meaning how many hit points left?
On a scale of 1 to 93, 12?
Cool. I'm gonna chromatic orbit.
Cool. Okay, go for it. Roll to attack.
It hits.
Yeah,
It hits. It's 18
Okay.
plus 9. It hits.
cool. Okay. Roll for damage.
Oh, that's the wrong dice. It's more than 12.
It's more than 12. Okay,
It's
cool. So I'm assuming fire? Yeah?
in fact it's 18.
Okay.
Yes, fire. I'm burning the bitch. I burn everything.
So again then, Ace, as you see fire fly over your shoulder and engulf the Knoll vampire standing in front of you, you feel the fear that gripped your heart kind of ebb away as the vampire just begins to crumble and turn to ash. Can I get... Bum, bum, bum. When this decides it wants to work. A perception check from everyone, please.
Uh,
17.
15 for sepsis, 20 per creature.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, 21.
As then the vampire burns and begins to turn into dust, you see it, the dust start to float on the air, and it congeals as if it's a mist instead of ash. And it starts to very slowly move away from you. It's a small, tiny cloud moving through the trees.
I don't think we have anything that can stop it, do we?
I missed that now. There's a small mist moving.
the vampires are mist now, and it's well, I don't know. I don't know if I know anything about this.
I
Yeah,
don't
Right,
think
what do we know about
mist if they
vampires?
were burnt.
Not
Yeah.
burnt. It's just sunlight that
Uh,
stops them.
Running water.
Yeah. Stake to the heart. Yeah.
Yeah, that's got to be in their coffin, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
In their resting place, whatever it might be.
Not necessarily. A
But I
knoll
don't know-
doesn't have a normal resting place.
But I don't know if we know any of this in character. So
You know enough.
we're having a very meta-gamey conversation.
You know enough about vampires.
Okay.
It's
Not
like
much as last night
it's like
talking to her.
it's like if you ask the 10-year-old, how do you kill a vampire? Sunlight. It's it's general knowledge. It's okay.
Okay.
Actually, in our house, they'll give you a full list.
I'm not gonna make I wouldn't make you roll a nature check for what color is grass.
blue.
Green.
Sepsis would probably have some feelings about what color grass is.
Yeah. Do you want to do anything or let the mist move away?
There's
I
nothing
don't know
we
that we
can
can
do.
do anything.
What can we do? Yeah. I can try and throw lightning at it, but I think it's just a mist.
Okay. And the mist moves away from you.
Man, I wish one of us knew like sunbeam.
Yeah, that would be handy, wouldn't it?
Oh, the daylight spell. A third level
daylight.
paladin spell.
I didn't know we were going to have vampires, okay?
Also, I think I remember seeing that daylight was ruled to not be sunlight. It's just a very bright light, but it doesn't count as sunlight, I think.
We'll have a look after. Because it doesn't matter because you don't have it.
Great if I had my sunblade again.
But anyway,
Yeah.
so...
Oh my god! I've got Revivify!
It
was
doesn't
one of my
help us when you're the one who dies, is it?
No, but I didn't know. I didn't realise I got
Anyway.
this spell. Sorry.
That knoll is dead. Ish.
Okay. And you are no longer in initiative.
What happened to the other guy?
He left. He left.
Left?
Yeah,
Noped out.
he's got a weird teleporting ring.
Great, so he's probably gone and alerted the army.
As Oriana says that, you hear horns from a great... Exactly. You
Yeah.
hear horns start to ring out from a great distance.
Hey, who wants to retreat to where those two automatons are?
I don't understand.
No, I wasn't talking to you. Who wants to go and
what that was then.
activate those two automatons, trigger them, and then maybe rope trick for an hour so we can hide somewhere?
I mean, should we make sure they're actually coming our way and not just
Come on,
progressing their attack on the Drow City?
we're not that lucky.
If you want to, you can go to the edge of the trees and check.
I'm
can
going to fly
send-
to the edge of the trees and look.
I could send the very expendable imp to check that kind of thing.
I've
That's-
already gone.
Bye then.
Oriana.
I'm
roll
gonna
me a
miss
perception check.
Oriana.
He's not dead.
So negative.
Well, she's gonna be.
No.
What did you say, Bri? I didn't.
Sorry, roll a perception check.
Sorry, everyone was talking at once. 21.
21.
21.
You do see a lot more movement, not from the campfires, but the smaller light sources. The torches now seem to be being brandished, and you do see a large contingent with your perception check, maybe 30, 40 torches start to move. They're a good couple of miles away, but they do start to move in your direction.
Which is the opposite direction to the Drow City, yeah?
hmm However, the larger bulk of the force, the hundreds and hundreds of campfires and torches, remain exactly where they are.
Okay.
They are, however, moving to the side. They seem to be getting slightly closer, but and you remember that there is a giant lake in between you. They are moving around the lake.
Okay.
With that perception score, though, and where you are, The silence of the night is for a moment deafening after the horns stop ringing out. However, you do begin to hear a familiar sound, a growl and a snarl, seeming to come from hundreds of sources off in the distance. But it's a slobbering growl and snarl that's almost a hiss and a rasp as it ends. And you remember that the last time you heard this sound, you were in a mine under Portal, defending a Dryder.
Against the undead.
The elves that are hunting you have flesh reapers with them.
Gross.
Gross.
It was the pale-skinned, many-limbed, no eyes.
Oh yeah,
one.
I remember.
Oh,
We
I
didn't
really
forget
like
that thing.
those.
Yeah. By the way, again, now I've brought it up. Thanks for the extra, monsters manual that you bought me from Kobold Press.
The waifu catalog too.
Yeah. Yeah, many regrets.
Only regrets. All regrets.
Some dark stuff in there, man.
Rich, what was the estimate on how long it'll take them to reach where we are now?
It's a good couple of miles, full pelt. Maybe 15, 20 minutes.
I have a weird suggestion.
And yeah, I fly back and tell you this is happening.
Okay.
Rather than using rope trick, what I could do, and it's a bit left field. How close are we to the lake, Rich?
Lake is about half a mile away.
Okay. Can activate the automatons and run for the lake. I can cast water breathing, and we can stay under the water for 24 hours. We could make our way to the middle, hide out there. They wouldn't be able to see us. We'd be under the water.
Is there any way that we can use their movement to get around them so that we can get back to...
Theoretically, we could. Yeah, we could go directly across the lake. It might take more than 24 hours, but I could cast it again.
It takes more than 24 hours to walk from one side of the lake to the other through the lake.
I very much doubt it.
Yes, it doesn't seem like it. Brian, would that be the... from what we know, would that be the quickest way to get around them and get back to the Drow City?
If you've got water breathing, straight through the lake, yeah.
Do we want to go back to the Drow City? Have we talked about
We
this?
need to, yeah.
Well, but they're about to be attacked by this army.
But we can go back,
We're probably the best to help defend it.
recoup, gather some more people, and come back out and try and fight them, but with enough people to back us up. We're not going to do much good as a group of 4 people, 3 automatons and an imp.
What would our assessment be of the chances the Drow City has against this army, Bray?
Honest answer now.
Roll me an intelligence check.
Alright. Oh man, loads. I rolled the biggest number. The number that is real big.
23.
Yeah, I got 9.
I got 20, like a dirty 20. But...
I was looking at water breathing and didn't know what we were rolling.
Intelligence check.
Oh, cool. Okay, hang on. It's not going to be the best. That would be intelligence check. Yeah, 13.
Okay. Having a quick
21,
discussion.
sorry.
Yeah, having a quick discussion then that sepsis mainly stays out of. You work out that having seen the city of Felder, it would be quite defensible. The big downfall that the city of Felder has is its armed forces, who seem to be covered in leather and normal weapons. They use stealth to defend themselves normally, or subversion. However,
Big help.
getting back to the city, providing them with, say, a massive satchel of magical items, most of which that they have created.
All the adamantine armor we found, various suits, various sets, and the
We need
weapons.
to get back.
We can get back directly across the lake, avoid the army completely. We'll take the new ones if they want to come. If they want to go back to the elves, I don't really care, but at least they're under their own control. I can't leave them inactive, but then we could go straight and go to Felder.
That seems like the best plan. So if we get to the other side of the lake, is the army still in between us and the?
Yes, it's on the other side of the lake.
But we have to find a way around that army.
Hmm.
But the army would be making its way this way,
Only some of the army is.
not the whole army, no?
Only
No.
like 30 to 50.
Okay, so our options are still the Elitic Gate, the Beholder Gate, or going through the army to get to Filter.
But I mean, getting to the other side is going to be the easiest way to look at the army to see if there's a way around.
Sure, we can try it. I don't mind using the magic.
Yeah, I mean, I've got. I think all of us can do disguise self in some shape or form now.
Well, I could straight up fly over them now, so it might be okay.
Yeah, so could I, but we could also get shot out of the sky.
I don't really have disguise self at the moment.
I've got underwear you can borrow.
I could just put the helmet on and we'll and I'm an automaton and we'll try and pass it that way, maybe.
All right.
I don't think magic underwear over armor is a good look for anyone. I
No,
know
you have to take the armor off first.
No. I'm basically weak and defenseless without it now.
Do it underwater, it's fine.
It's okay. I'm going to run back quickly then and activate. Actually, Ori, can you come with me? You're really persuasive. You might be the best person to see if they're on our side.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you. I'm going to go and activate the other 2 automatons.
Okay. Cool. It is not difficult. It is literally the flick of a switch. You see a much cleaner white energy start to exude from the crystal in their chest, not the green necrotic energy that you felt before and that you've seen around every country you've been to so far. And very slowly they do come back to almost life. One of them stands straighter and starts to look around, trying to work out where they are, stumbles a little, looking down at their hands. The other immediately sits and curls up into a ball and starts to rock back and forth.
Hi.
The larger one standing turns, looks at you. Who?
Friend?
Friend. This is our friend, Fives, who I think met.
What? And taps its chest.
Fives, you might be best placed to answer that.
5 starts vibrating, and you can hear the change in pitch and the rhythm of a conversation ongoing, but you can't really understand the words. And 5 then turns to you. Creation.
Okay.
Stolen scout. War coming. New.
Did you say
Young.
Grecian?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are they willing to? Is it a he or a she? I don't want to offend them. Or neither. Either option is fine.
He.
Hi. Okay.
That one. And he points at the one that's down on the floor. They. Child. Scared.
Oh. Oh, hi. Hello. I'm going to sit on the floor in front of the child automaton, which
You
is
can
gutting,
hear-
by the way. Rich, what the fuck's wrong with you?
You can hear the vibration much higher pitch this time. Why?
Don't know. Because the elves aren't very nice people, I think.
Where?
I don't know that either. And I don't know how long you've been here, so I really don't know.
Save me?
Well, this is how you are now, but you are still you, and you can be. Come with us.
Look after.
Yeah. Me and my friend Ori, we'll look after you. And our friend Ace as well.
A new family.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your name?
Keela.
Kayla. Kayla?
Keela.
Kayla. Hey. Promise. My name's Dice. And you can come with us and we'll do everything we can to keep you safe or find you somewhere that you can stay where you will be safe. Because we do a lot of fighting and you won't always be perfectly safe, but we can't promise that, but we'll try.
I will follow. And she reaches out a metal hand.
I pull her up with a metal hand.
I'm going to turn to the other one. And your name?
Festus.
Festus?
Festus.
Festus.
Uncle Fester. Sorry.
You're Grecian?
Yes.
Okay. You follow their gods?
He looks around. I did.
You still can?
They, and he looks down at his body, lied.
About what?
This is not Elysium.
They didn't lie. The elves stopped it.
Then I will burn them.
Me too. We'll do it together.
Good. And he just stands there.
Right, I need to send a message to Matron Mother.
Okay. So, what level is sending?
3.
Okay. Cool.
Trying to find a way to you. May take days. Being chased by, what are they called? Skin reapers?
Flesh reapers.
Flesh reapers. Is that one word?
2 words.
How many am I on?
You've got 10 left.
Yeah, so being chased by flesh reapers and army.
Okay, so 8 left.
3 left, isn't it?
No, 8 left.
8.
8.
You get 25.
Oh, right.
It might be worth letting them know to prepare.
They know.
Yeah, they already know that. Tell Benkin and Kane is leading army.
2 left? Or are you going to end the message there?
Love you.
Be ready.
You're ready. Okay. Again, then, it takes a moment. That is good news. Please hurry back. Can you slow them? It will prove difficult to evacuate city. Any help you find appreciated.
Is there any chance once we get past the army and into the tunnel that we can collapse the tunnel?
Maybe. Then
The tunnels are small. You've seen them being collapsed by purple worms. With enough damage, you could definitely collapse the tunnel. How much it would slow an army of this size working in unison to unblock the tunnel, you don't know. You could definitely slow them.
I mean, we could collapse it in several places. Like the whole
Several
army can't
points.
work on it, can it? Can they? Because the tunnels
Hey.
are already so wide.
What if once we're through, the matron mother can send a purple worm to collapse the tunnel further? So if we collapse it initially, and then they can collapse the tunnel to the garden.
If they can direct the purple worms, I think the purple worm themselves can do more to slow the advance than tunnels collapsing.
Mhm.
Okay.
So what's the plan? This is actually taking time in which the
Yeah, we need to make our way to the lake and go.
Let's go.
We're
You
gonna
guys,
go through the lake, get to the army, find a way through or over or around that army, get into the tunnel and collapse it.
will stop their access to the food, though. But there's an army in here. They can't
There's an
access
army in here. There's,
And the worms can always open it up again.
yeah, they
True,
can always
they
make a
can
new
do.
tunnel eventually.
Okay. Hopefully
and
they
as they have said, this is only the garden that feeds Felder. There are other. They have told you there are other
Just gotta take the
places
top
like
downstairs
this.
for a minute.
It's fine. I know that feeling. Had to leave them outside.
Okay. So you're going to make your way towards
Yep.
Like,
the lake, yeah? Okay.
Through the lake.
Okay. As you start to rush forward, then burst out of the tree line, you can all see now closer. Still at a manageable distance, but now closer, you can see the torches that Oriana told you about coming around the lake. As you're going in a straight line, you hit the lake long before they come within even a mile. So still, all you can really see is torches, no features. However, the growling that Oriana mentioned has gotten louder and more distinct, and you all remember, with a chill down your spine, Flesh Reavers. There are many more growls this time, though. Not just the 5 or 6 you handled at the same time before. Now there are potentially tens, possibly hundreds, on their way towards you.
Right.
As you rush forward, you get to the edge of the lake. There is a boat tied that, as you rushed forward, just seemed to appear out of nowhere. It wasn't that it appeared out of the darkness. It just, the closer you got to the lake, a boat just appeared.
We'll ignore it and go
Okay.
under
Yeah,
the
they'll
water.
see a boat crossing the lake and just follow.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pointless.
Cool. Okay. So you're going to cast...
Water breathing.
Cool. Can you read the spell for me, for the benefit of people watching, please?
Yeah, of course I can. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, actually. So I'm not casting it as a ritual. I am just straight up casting it because we don't have time for me to sit here for 10 minutes. Spell grants up to 10 willing creatures you can see within range the ability to breathe underwater until the spell ends. Affected creatures also retain their normal mode of respiration.
Cool. Okay. So as you cast the spell, then you can feel the energy leave you and infuse your companions. The energy washes over and through and does not touch any of the automatons. They do not need air to breathe. Or they do not need to breathe, in fact. Sorry. But you can now feel the oxygen in your lungs is lighter, it's colder, it's wetter, as if you were drawing moisture from the air around you. But the smell of the water, instead of being damp, wet, the kind of the whole rainy day nature smell you kind of want to get out of, is now warmer, inviting, seems more comfortable at the water's edge than you once were. Do you get in the water?
Yep.
Cool. Okay. I'm going to assume everyone else does as well, so that's fine. You all take your first steps into the water, and it's not as cold as you expected, especially now there is no sunlight. It's almost exactly the same temperature as it was when you were walking through the air. It's comfortable, doesn't affect you in any way. And as you walk down into the water and finally put your head under, it is easy. You take your first breath and it feels natural. It does not frighten you. You can barely feel the water passing through your nostrils and your mouth, and your lungs fill and empty easily. There is no air, there are no air bubbles, which is quite disconcerting because you've been swimming before, you've been underwater, you've breathed out. There are no air bubbles leaving your person. It is, however, incredibly difficult to see. Water breathing does not mean water seeing. So as you go under the waves, your dark vision still works. However, it is now reduced to half. So it's now reduced to, what was yours? 30.
60, it goes to 30.
Okay. Ace, what's your dark vision? Because you're wearing the...
I think it's the same.
Yeah.
Your goggles of night give you 60 feet.
60
Yes, so
feet,
yours
but
is
down
reduced to 30.
Yeah.
Sepsis has his reduced to 30. Theirs. Fuck. Sepsis has theirs.
See further in the dark.
Yeah, Sepsis can see out at 120. So it would be reduced to 60.
Yeah.
Yeah. But as you then pass down underneath the lapping water at the shore, the floor of this place is covered in vines, weeds that just wave gently as you walk through them. It's like a living version of the grassy plain that you just walked through. Sepsis, because I know what sepsis is like. You've just had water breathing cast on you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you still on the shore, or have you followed everyone in?
Yeah, no, I'll follow everyone in.
Okay, cool. So yes, your dark vision has reduced to 60 feet. Everyone else's is reduced to 30.
Okay.
It is a lot more difficult to move through the water. However, breathing is easy for you. Everyone roll me a perception check, though.
Oh, worm will fly above the surface, by the way.
Invisible above the surface.
Yeah,
Okay.
invisible above the surface.
What was yours, Oriana? Sorry.
16.
16. Ace.
Mine is 17.
Cool. Sepsis.
13 for sepsis, 11 for worm.
Cool. Okay. As you are walking through the weeds, walking through the vines that reach up, they do not claw at you, but as they move away, caused by your passage of the water disturbing them, you do all notice at your feet below you, bones. Humanoid for the most part. You see a jawbone, skull, full skeleton, missing his head. Some still wear armor. Most of the armor is alien to you. However, you, Ace, notice that most of it is of a very Nordic style. You can see skull helmets with metal coming off them to make full face helms. You can see what you would consider to be berserker armor. You can see many different hammers, spears etched into braces and vambraces. It is almost a Norse graveyard.
Going to be silently paying respects to the fallen as I'm wading through.
You expect this. It was not surprising to you, considering this is the final resting place of what you discovered to be Jormungandr, the world serpent. However, you also know that heading in this direction, you will eventually hit the skeleton of Jormungandr. So you're all under the water. As you're walking then, with the invisible worm keeping an eye out above you, you realize that you are making quite slow progress. Worm moving as fast as you do, which is about 15 feet at the moment. Worm does notice that after about 10 minutes, he can start to see silhouettes, make out the features of the hunting force that has been sent to find you. Riding on a huge direwolf, a huge armored direwolf, is the armored person that Dimension doored away from you earlier. Accompanying him, maybe Worm can't count that high, but he shows you a mental picture, Sepsis, and it is maybe 100 flesh reavers. At least 20 elves, some gnolls, and they're backed up by human slaves who seem to be carrying weaponry and other packs.
No thanks to any of that.
Okay. You can. Water breathing does allow you to speak to each other underwater, by the way.
Okay. I wasn't sure on the rule on that.
You've got to be close,
respect.
but water breathing does allow you to speak to each other underwater.
Yeah, you're fine. There's a lot of dead people here.
There's a lot of live
I'd
people
imagine
up there.
Victims of the serpent.
When you say a lot, Septis, how much are we talking here?
About 100 of those flesh readers and 20 elves and the guy who was shooting at us earlier on a dire wolf.
Is that just in the party searching for us, or overall the army?
That's just the party searching for us, right?
Yeah.
Right?
That is just the party searching for you, yeah.
Well, that was
Are they
wishful
really
thinking.
honest?
Yeah, they want to kill us.
I suppose
So
playing
would seem.
the drow kidnapped us card is sort of out of the question now.
Was anyway, without Benken to back it up.
Well, we could have told them that Benkin was killed, but yeah.
They didn't like us to begin with.
No, not with Anne King leading the charge.
Grey Day Wankstein.
Yeah, he is somebody I would quite gladly do some very unpleasant things to.
Loving the
Remember,
fact
there's a
that,
child with us.
yeah, loving the fact that Wankstein is now a canon in campaign insult.
Wannikenstein.
One against.
Ha! That's actually even better.
Mm.
I don't really know if that's just the hunting party, though. How big is the army we're going to try and get around? It may not even be possible.
I can't emphasize enough how many hundreds of campfires you saw.
Yeah.
They're thousands strong.
Rich.
Yeah.
I'm
I
not
can't
going
really-
to the Illithids, bitch. You can try and railroad it as much as you like. It's not happening.
Not giving
No,
as much information as I can. You guys get to make a decision.
I really want to look at the book. The book that was on the floor by the elf earlier. It had maps in.
As you're walking, you can do that.
What, underwater? Opening a book underwater.
It's a magic book.
Magical Leopleurodon.
Waiting for it.
It's a sign of how much Charlie has chilled out over the years that you can say that and she hasn't murdered you.
Or rage quit the entire
You
stream.
wrote it. I just read what was written. I did not say it. I would never say it. I've been
It's
told
fine.
before.
Look at the book. Maybe there's a map of a way around.
Okay, I'll try it. Rich, I'm going to open my new book. Tell me
Okay.
about it.
Roll me a Arcana check, please.
Okay. I'm real good at both now. I rolled
I
a
help if
14.
I'm stood next.
No, it's okay. I don't think you can on this. From what I know of it out of character. That is going to be a 21.
Okay.
Where's
Give
my
me a
shoulder?
second because I have to find it.
I remember when the weekend that Charlie and I met that I did a Charlie the Unicorn reference, and
Oh no.
like everyone else who was with us already knew Charlie before, and I didn't. And just when I did it, everyone just looked at me like, "Oh well, that's a shame." It was we just
It
met
was
this
so
guy.
nice meeting you.
He-
Yeah.
You know, he was promising. He could have been a
Chin
friend.
went quiet.
And they
It's
just
a
all
shame he
like
has to die now.
they just all like stared at me like,
The
You've
kitchen
made a
went
mistake.
quiet and everyone just stared.
yeah,
And it was at that moment he knew he'd fucked up.
yeah. It was very palpable.
And she still married you. Go figure.
A year
Nice.
later, I turned up in a unicorn onesie.
Dice.
Yeah.
You've heard of this book. It's quite famous among artificers, especially those with a penchant for cartography. This is the book penned or created by a Matthias Henderson, who's an artificer shrouded in the mysteries of time. Specialized in cartography, Henderson was sought across the lands for his incredibly detailed maps. As it was said, in his lifetime he traveled the length and breadth of the entire known world. Many questions surround his disappearance from the world, but the question most heard of him is what happened to his marvelous book of maps. This book is blank to anyone that is not an artificer or someone that is proficient with cartography tools. To those that can read the book, it is filled with perfect maps of everywhere they have ever been. If the owner of the book has a place they have never been described to them, they can make an intelligence check, and on a success, an accurate map of the area will appear in the book. On a failure, a map will appear, but there is no way to check how accurate it is until the owner goes there themselves. In addition to magically appearing maps, the holder of this book can make survival and investigation checks with advantage as long as they're in an area that is already mapped in the book.
Fantastic, thank you. When I look at it for the garden, can I see sort of, I assume it's very detailed of the garden.
Well, as you look in the book, it is currently almost as if the entire 2 pages you're looking at is splashed in a deep emerald kind of sea green. And you can see almost a small light growing from the center of it. And as you move, so does the light. It moves across the page. You stop, take a step to the side, and the light stops as well and moves slightly. And as you look, or continue to look at the map, more details kind of swim at you out of the green. And you can see that there are beautifully detailed but quite drawn skeletons in groups placed here and there on the map. And they magically shift and appear and disappear as the green almost ripples like water.
Hey, I tried to show Ori.
You've got Google Maps. You've got really detailed satellite imagery Google Maps.
Is that plotting out a map as we go?
You can't see it, I don't think, even if I show you.
Holding in your...
Exactly.
Now it's being held in your hands. The map is visible to Oriana.
Ah, look.
Is that plotting a map as we go?
Yeah, I think so.
Is there any way of getting it to show us if there's another way? Another path?
Okay. As you begin to touch the page then, and leaf through...
Yeah, can you set it to avoid traffic jams, please?
I'll do my best. I'll look
And
for a
speed
And
cameras.
a tunnel that could get
Yeah.
But as you kind of wave your hand, trying to draw one of the stuck together pages away, the map kind of I don't want to say zooms, whooshes. Zooms, basically. Your light gets infinitely smaller, but the green is now almost circular. It's a broken circle, a wavy circle. The green around it is a lot brighter, a grass color. You can see patches of brown, the brown of trees. You can also see in that green a long, coiled, skeletal serpent. And just off the other side, in the direction your light is heading, a large group of brightly lit dots.
You're muted.
I realised that. It comes up, you are muted. Can I see where we could get out of the lake, where we could avoid the hunting party, but also avoid the army and maybe go off sideways?
Hunting party, because of the time it's taking you to walk this far now, the hunting party are almost directly behind you and moving away. They're going into the trees where you were last seen.
Yeah, that's fine. But can we, so the lake is a circle.
Mm-hmm.
if the army is at one side and the hunting party is directly behind us, for example, so they're directly across, what if we went left and made our way around the edge of the garden?
You absolutely could. If you want to do it, so you come out of the lake, you'll be heading in the direction of the resting place of Jormungand.
Well, that's kind of creepy, but might be our best bet.
Okay. So you steel yourselves for the journey and move off into the dark water.
Yes.
Okay.
Here be dragons indeed. Or here be
Every-
world snakes.
Everyone roll me a perception check.
Nat 1.
Dang.
22.
I rolled the highest perception check I can roll for a sepsis, which was a 19.
Whee!
And for above the water view, Worm rolled a 17.
Okay, cool. Sepsis and dice then. As you steel yourselves and walk into the dark water, trying to step lightly over the bones below you, watching the automatons around you crush skull and femur beneath their feet. You notice some lights in the distance, off in the water, that suddenly zip out of the way.
Oh no.
You're not entirely alone beneath the surface. However, I think, because it's 10 to 11, we're going to leave it there. So with that revelation that you are not entirely alone below the surface, we are going to leave it there in the deep dark. Cool. Episode 46. Hey!
Hey!
I'm so glad we had everyone back. Thank you, Erin.
We missed you.
We
Yeah.
did miss you too.
What I'm really glad about as well is Charlie's got a new desk, which means that her knees are better, I'm assuming now. Are they better this evening?
They don't complain as much, but better would be a
There we go.
strong thing.
Less
Better is
squished.
probably a strong word.
They're being investigated. I have sought medical attention. I'm getting it looked at.
Good. But I'm glad that you now have a desk that you're comfortable with. Which
Yes,
you
I now have an
effectively
actual
built
desk
yourself.
that I can sit at and game at better as well.
Yeah.
Next.
Which leads me on to, that's a nice segue, leads me on to my next bit. Please join us some nights this week. We're going to continue to fail abysmally at Phasmophobia. We have also got Amelia's mum to agree to download Among Us. And I cannot wait.
Oh no.
I personally
She is the world's worst gamer. She's
personally
terrible.
cannot wait for the first time Marie dies because Anya killed her. Cannot wait. But yeah.
Anya's mine and Rich's.
I have Bri, are you free tomorrow for squadrons?
Yeah, he is.
Yes, I'm free tomorrow
Because
for
the rest of
squadrons.
us are.
Cool. Awesome. So we'll play Squadrons tomorrow over on Dice of the Beholder. Which is great as well, because I can plug tomorrow happily on this one, because Monday is 80s night off. So yes, we'll play Squadrons over on Dice of the Beholder. You're on Twitch. Please come join us. It's a lot of fun. We're going to have our Canuck super fan join us as well. Eventually, so we will get a fourth, so we can actually have a full Beholder
Elder
Squadron,
Orb
or a fifth,
reporting in.
a fourth or a fifth. But yeah, thanks guys. Oh, sorry, before I leave, I've got to mention the battle maps. As you saw them earlier, I will mention this again. It was the giant book of battle mats, volume 1 and 2, and the big book of battle mats, volume 2 from Loki Battle Mats. Please head over to lokibattlemats.com or just search Loki Battle Mats on most social media and find out more about their fantastic, amazing products. They're well worth it. Also go to Drive-Thru RPG and find them on there because they fit with, especially during this, social distancing nightmare that we're all in right now, they fit really well with like Roll20 and Fantasy Grounds and that kind of platform if you want to continue to play from home with your friends. So yeah, jump on that.
On that note, hang on very quickly. The new map book in the game the new homebrewed item is
Yes.
actually based on the creator of Loki Battle Maps.
Yes. One of the creators,
that's
the
why
main
it's
artist for Loki Battle Maps, who
one
does
of the
actually draw. He does map creation tutorials on Twitch, on the Loki Battle Maps Twitch channel. They're a lot of fun. Go check out the VOD over there of the last sewer one he drew. But that is Matt Henderson. So yeah, that is a little shout out to our sponsors there with that magical item, which if you look for Henderson's Marvelous Book of Maps, you can actually have in your campaign. If you've got a D&D, if you have a D&D account, look for it under homebrew items and you can have it in there yourself. But yeah, the second one, sorry, Blink Dog Dice. Blink Dog Dice, the wonderful, our first, and what I think very successful, especially for Jerry, giveaway. There will be more giveaways, especially from Blink Dog Dice, because they've been amazing and offered to send us a giveaway box with no prompting whatsoever. I said, you don't have to. Are you sure?
Yeah, but seriously, check them out. They're,
Please
it's all independent. It is just the two of them running it out of their home.
Please
They're
check
great.
them out.
It's
They're
slightly mine and Greg's fault that they played
beautiful
D&D and started making dice.
Yeah, they do
Please.
beautiful work. Hopefully, at some point, we can get a guest from them on the show. Maybe
Oh
a
yeah,
guest
I think we
character
should
or
be able to pull
something.
that. It wouldn't surprise
Yeah.
me if we could get the two of them on.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But yes, again, thank you very much for joining us for episode 46. Please join us later on in the week for more gaming, and stick around on Heavyweight Gaming, because most nights of the week there are some amazing players and a fantastic forever DM running those games as well. So yeah, unless there's anything else from anyone else, as always, take care, stay safe. We love you guys, and we will see you next week.
Thanks
Love
everyone
you.
for watching.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.